Greetings and welcome to the Hatman Collection update. I'm Flesh Wound Dan, the man with the hat, and I'm joined by producer Todd. How goes it, Todd?
Chilling, just here. Say hello.
There
Take
you
things
go.
off.
Cool.
Pay
You're back.
attention to the chat.
You're fresh out the movies, Todd, I hear.
Well, I mean, a few hours ago, I've been home since. Yeah.
This was a twofer or a three?
No, yeah, I just did two. I saw Argyle and Miller's Girl with Jenny Ortega.
I don't know anything about Miller's Girl. I've heard from a few people that Argyle's a piece of shit, and it's funny because my brother was going tomorrow, but then I heard a review, and then I saw it was 2 hours 20 minutes, and I'm like, nah, I'm good.
If it would have been 90, it would have, because it was very predictable. But there was a new Ghostbusters trailer. I was upset I was seeing and still excited at the same time. I didn't want to watch it, but I couldn't close my eyes or take my eyes off it. So, oops.
Yeah. I don't mind watching the trailers. I will say there are a couple recently that, even for me though, I was like, really, you had to show that?
Well, I just would have rather avoided it completely. But I mean, I saw the first one, but I was gonna. This one's a real trailer. Oh well, now I'll see it about 300 more times. As long as I don't have to see that goddamn One Love again, I'll be fine. Fuck.
Which one?
Now that Argyle's out, we don't have to see that stupid fucking trailer every fucking movie anymore.
Yeah. That feels like here's a cute cat. Watch it, please watch it. $200 million.
I will say my wife and kid will love. Kruger might like this with all the cat action. But that's what I'm saying. I was like, this is legitimately made for like the single white lady with the cat. I mean, it's like literally like porn for them. I mean, I'm under a minute, 3 minutes.
Oh well. So she doesn't do anything untoward with the cat, I assume.
No pussy play. Ooh, 3 minutes on the dot.
Yeah, I think the review actually I saw felt like it was written by, I think quoting it was something like felt like it was written by a cat lady and made for cat ladies. And I was like, hey, I have cats. I love cats, but 2 hours 20 minutes. Nah, I'm good.
My kid will love it. He loves cats. This is perfect for him.
You think 2 hours 20 minutes though?
Yeah. That's a fast forward to the cat parts movie.
Yeah. Like, just give me the cat highlights. Fuck the rest of it. I heard Cabell's doesn't really have a lot of screen time, and just like,
He's present though. It's not like he's not. That's the one thing. So yeah, if you add it up.
Yeah. So skipping that one, but I am seeing Zone of Interest and American Fiction for the Oscar show, so I have those booked. I'm expecting much better results than Argyle.
I've seen one of them already, so
I think they're both actually under 2 hours too, which kind of tells you something. Like World War II drama, maybe you could justify 2 hours 20 minutes, but cat lady spy flick, I'm like, nah, I don't need 2 hours 20 minutes.
I remember I remember when it was one we were I thought might be one of the screen unseens. And I told you, because the runtime match, you're like, that fucking movie's like 2 hours or whatever it was.
Yeah. Everything's too long these days. I mean, I don't mind when it's, like I said, when it's justified, but like something like that, number one, shouldn't cost $200 million. I'm hoping this is the end of that wave where it's the cat lady movie that we're making. In no way are we going to recoup that money.
I don't know. Wait for the weekend. Them cat ladies may come out on Sunday.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't heard anything box office wise. I just know the reviews, and I mean, I only looked at a couple, but the reviews were bad.
Yeah.
So I didn't hear anything good from somebody who saw it. So yeah,
me included. I normally have something good to say about it. I did say Sam Rockwell was good in it.
Yeah, he's always good, but he's not. I mean, he's done bad movies before. He's not a sure thing or anything. So,
it was a movie. We'll just go.
It was a movie. It was a movie.
we got another screen unseen this Monday,
Yes.
which I'm starting to think it's not Lisa Frankenstein
Oh,
because
really?
because the movie comes out 2 days after. That
Oh,
would
yeah, then that shouldn't be then, right? Usually it's always
it's at
a
least this last one that was a week was the shortest one ever. I mean, it doesn't mean it's not, but
yeah.
like, well, it's 2 days early, that's okay, we'll do it like but we've never had the one like that's literally the same week, Monday, then Friday, or technically Wednesday, Thursday.
I know you thought Lisa Frankenstein, but I was looking at that and I was like, that actually could be a sleeper hit.
We
Um,
this is like 100% the opposite conversation we had, Dan, because you're like, "You think it's gonna make any money?" And I was like, I do, and I told you the reasons why.
yeah, but I didn't know anything about the property or anything. It looks like it might. It looks like it might only because if Argyle's tanking, maybe the teen girls will go see it. I don't know.
No, see, that the thing with that one is that's one that has a wide appeal to and I mean, it's not for horror fans, but horror fans, there's an appeal for it.
Yeah.
There's, for the girls, and I don't think the boyfriends are gonna bitch like they're getting drugged to that versus some anything else you could get drugged to on a Valentine's Day. Um, so
I
I
forgot it's Valentine's Day. I'm gonna have to see that with a bunch of fucking. I hope
well
it is now,
well,
so I know
it comes out
couples.
before Dan. As long as you don't go see it on Valentine's Day, you're fine. Because
Ah,
either way, that movie's gonna be full of teenagers and couples.
I know it's just gonna
Like
be all these little fucking bastards on their phones the whole time. That's just what pisses me off. But uh,
I don't have that
uh,
issue.
damn it, Todd, I'm gonna have a miserable time in that movie. Fuck. Well, we'll see. I don't know what else it could be. Well, actually, no. There's several things it could be.
Yeah, it's like trying to find guess that time frames where it has to be like within a month. It's normally not that big. This property felt too big, which is what I was like. I it I'm it's time frame and rating match, but I don't feel like it's it. But it works. Is my thing with it.
I hope it
Uh,
is because I feel like if the mystery screening, I'll be good from all the fucking annoying teenagers. I don't know that they're
Really,
going
yours
to
aren't
these.
still mine are still full of young people and couples and all like for date nights.
Usually, I find it's
You
more
know,
older.
I was just gonna, another thing, yeah, not like young, but it is lots of couples.
Yeah, like 20 somethings, but
Yeah, that's probably
yeah,
the age. Well, they're kids to me, but but yeah, it is a
yeah.
lot of like yeah couples though, like 'cause it's like a $10 date, and then they fucking get their snacks versus an $80 date to get in the goddamn movies half the time. Well, 80,
You don't think
not
any
20.
shot of Toxic Avenger?
PG
I know.
13.
Oh, it is. Wait, I thought it said R on my
No,
app.
that's
Maybe.
last week. This is last week's R. This is PG-13.
Well, then fuck. I can't think of anything PG-13 wise that's coming out.
It's gonna have a big Blum logo. Dan's gonna be so excited.
Yeah, fuck.
Have you
Actually, well,
seen
I don't know.
Have
Eh.
you seen the trailer for Sasquatch? What was the Sasquatch movie?
Sasquatch Sunset. Yes,
Yeah, that looks like it's gonna be fun.
that looks like it. That looks like that's going to be a weird one.
We got to get Kruger on that one.
Yeah, I don't know
He
that that's
loves
gonna.
cryptozoology, so I want his opinion on it.
It looks like we get to see some
Oh,
Harry
no.
Riley Keough action in that trailer.
Oh, yeah. Well,
So there's that. There's that. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not getting a vibe that's going to be a Kruger movie.
I
I
don't
don't
think
think.
it will.
I don't think we're gonna have any of those Sasquatches ripping the dicks off bikers.
We can
So
hope. I don't know. I
we
saw them spray painting on them trees.
Ghost. There is, and I tried to look it up again to post in the Discord, and it wasn't up yet, but I'm sure it's got to be on YouTube now. Zombie, no, actually, that's an old shot of my collection. But yeah, I mean, I still have all the stuff though. So yeah, I'm
Yeah, so
excited.
I started playing the wrong intro, so I just switched them halfway through.
Yeah, it works. I think you did that last time, so it's like tradition now. What up, Orc? Anybody I missed? Sorry, I wasn't looking at the chat.
And I'm not saying
Swaggy.
anything to anyone in the chat because I'm not looking at the chat because they told me to avoid spoilers.
Oh, yeah. There's wrestling spoilers out there, so that's why Todd's ignoring you for now.
I know it's weird. I actually I'm doing it and to watch it. That's weird. It just started for me 12 minutes ago. So by the time you're done, I bet you I'll be long done watching something else.
SmackDown. Yeah, I'm sure you will be. I'm sure you will be.
Yeah, I'll be done before you.
What's everybody up to tonight? Let me know as I'm showing my recent pickups what you have picked up recently. Want to hear if there's anything I missed. I'm still waiting on Vinegar. Well, I have Vinegar Syndrome stuff, but it's from the previous, so I'm still waiting. I got a lot of shit coming from them, but they are slow as fuck, Todd.
Yes, I know. As a subscriber, I'm just barely getting mine tomorrow, so I'll probably have an unboxing on Sunday.
Okay, sweet. So we get some more.
Unless we decide, screw it, we're doing Saturday night. Who knows?
Yeah. Ghost, I'm amazed that it's not. Like I said, I checked right when I got back from the theater and was surprised. There's one thing in it. I don't know if it would be an issue for YouTube or not. I mean, it's not graphic, I guess, but it's a little weird.
I don't know what the question was, so I don't know what's going on.
He just said no trailer yet for Sasquatch Sunset. I looked to post it in Discord.
Really?
Yeah, not the one that I saw. There's like some fake thing that has nothing to do with the movie, but yeah, I was a little surprised at that too. I was like, I saw the trailer and I was like, oh, can't remember the last time I've come out of a movie and it's not already on YouTube.
Yeah, that is weird.
I'll look for it. If I find it, I'll post it in the Discord.
Well, because even if it's not, I mean, it'd be posted somewhere.
Yeah, I looked. I could not.
I believe you.
Yeah. I am. That is probably slid right near the top of what I'm most.
Well, I found it in like 2 seconds. Now let's
watch it, Todd. I looked.
Guys.
No, you're right. That one's not. That's.
Yeah, there's some bullshit stuff that's not the trailer. Bog Zombie, did you see the sold out Blonde Death from Bleeding Skull randomly got over 250 copies put up on Vinegar Syndrome? So like I saw that sold out. Ridiculous Blonde Death.
Which one?
Partner label, Blonde Death.
Okay.
So I took that as it's not really sold out. Some of the partner label stuff will sell out on Vinegar Syndrome and then come back, because I thought that one was weird too. Now I know a lot of people were looking forward to that. It's a very obscure film, and I was able to get a copy, albeit not the slipcover copy. My guess is there's more than that coming back too. I don't think it's gone, but who knows? There is some weird stuff that's sold out. I mean, that Jess Franco thing ages ago, and
I know there's that video store documentary, a new one they have that I know I want to grab. One of the partner labels, I can't remember.
Yeah, there's a lot that I still need. I grabbed the Phase 4 4K. I pre-ordered that. I pre-ordered most of the new stuff and a few things I still needed. So yeah, there's like 2 big orders that I'm gonna have coming from them. So Unearthed is putting out Homework from 82. No, I didn't actually. That's really cool. They're putting out some really cool stuff on Unearthed Classics. We reviewed Full Body Massage a little bit ago, and yeah, they've got Unearthed does a really good job on their releases. I like what they've been doing. Indy will be covering that Argento doc on Wednesday's show, I believe. Yes. So Todd, do you want to go watch the wrestling? Well,
I'll go. You do your thing, and I'll check in when SmackDown's done. If I don't hear from you first, I won't hear from you first. All right, and then I can actually look at comments. I'll be back, guys.
Cool, big screen me. There we go. All right, guys. So as always, I am going to show the DVDs first because there's not as many of them, and a lot of them are just random things. So Cliff, I forget what it was called now. Somebody in the chat will probably find it before me, but yeah, I think it just went up. Let's see. All right. All right. So I'll actually kick it off with the fresh from Walmart some random pickups. So I grabbed this. This is actually an Australian sort of uh, virus thriller called Contagion of. Sorry, getting my bearings. Contagion of Fear. This one caught my eye. I know Nicholas Worth, or not Nicholas Worth. He is dead. That would be weird. Nicholas Hope from Bad Boy Bubby is in it, and I'm a big fan of his stuff. So don't know much about it, but $10 caught my eye. It looks pretty cool. There's some other notable Aussie actors in this one as well. And let's see, another Shutter DVD only release of The Puppet Man. Been trying to collect them all, even if they're just DVD. We have a review up of that one, so it won't take too much time on it. And this looks kind of fun. Monster NATO. Again, just another random Walmart pickup from today. I kind of like, I mean, I know this one's got like all sorts of shit along with the Sharknado gimmick, so who knows? You might see a review of this one. Look like a good time. All right, more DVDs. This is a slasher. Mary Had a Little Lamb. It's from the UK, so I know Slasher Home Video will absolutely adore it. But not, let's see. No, I take that back. Actually, it is from the producers of Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. So so he may he may not like this one, but it's not directed. It's not from the director of Killing Tree, so maybe he'll be good. Just reviewed this one, another random Walmart pickup, The Exorcist. You can go check out Wednesday's review on that one. Thanks, Indy. Yeah, Panico. Thanks for checking. Let's see. What else do we have? We'll try and keep rolling through the DVDs. Because yeah, there's like nothing but these UK horror films at Walmart these days. They'll be the last thing there. Three Blind Mice, also from the team that brought you Killing Tree and Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. Market quality right there, gentlemen. Three Blind Mice. This one was a not a Walmart, an Amazon pre-order that I forgot to cancel, so kind of a surprise. It's actually a sci-fi horror anthology movie called Tales from the Apocalypse. This one looked kind of cool. I looked up some clips. It's 5 stories. I know there's a black hole story and an AI story, so I tend to like anthologies. So hopefully I'll enjoy that one. And so this one was kind of cool. I actually got this at Dollar General, and it must have slipped past me. It's from 2012. It looks like a political satire with a pretty star-studded cast. Rob Lowe, Carrie Ann Moss, David Harbour, pre-Stranger Things is in it. It's called Knife Fight. Surprised I missed it, actually. I figured election year, this one might be fun. Got that at Dollar General. Another one from Dollar General What's up, Magic Hands? What's up, Indy? Anybody that I missed? Sorry, I'll try and check the chat in between. Another just random Dollar General pickup. Emily Blunt. Don't know much about it. Don't know if anybody's seen it. And let's see. Getting to some spicy stuff here shortly that I'm going to have to check before I show. This one was kind of fun. If you like cheesy disaster movies, On Fire, with Fiona Dourif, Lance Henriksen, and Peter Facinelli. This was a good time. This is the one Todd's been referencing where there's that scene where the son just like looks up at the fire. Fuck you, fire. We've been quoting that a lot, so this is the one. This actually was in theaters, which is hilarious because it's not something you'd expect to see in theaters. That's not to say it's not a lot of fun, but definitely didn't feel like it was made for theatrical distribution. Let's see here. Start rolling through these faster. Loch Ness Horror. We do have a review of this one a while ago. Kruger did not like it. I thought for a cheesy creature feature, it wasn't too bad. And I even thought that Loch Ness looked pretty decent. As decent as you'd expect for a CG creature feature, but you can go and check our review out on that one. Let's see. Mark of Quality, Eric Roberts. Does he ever let us down? Megalodon the Frenzy. This is technically like, I guess, a franchise now, although I don't think any of them are really connected, which is kind of funny. The second one, I believe, or it may have been the first one, that had Michael Madsen in it. That's the one where I'm pretty sure he legitimately just recorded all of his scenes on the phone in his recliner, and he looked like he'd been hitting the bottle. It's hilarious if you check that one out. This one I kind of have high hopes for. It looked pretty good. It's another sci-fi. It's a sex bot movie, but not an overly. I think it's mainstream. I don't think anything too kinky. Wife Like, with Jonathan Rhys Meyers, and I recognized the girl in this, and it was bugging me. And she's actually in that new awful Children of the Corn movie. So this one actually looks like pretty decent. AI filling up the news right now. Let's see here. Check the chat. Let's see. Eric Roberts shoots a lot of stuff in his house. In fact, Eric Roberts also sometimes you'll see shots that are legitimately, I think, right beside his pool. For $2,000, you can basically get Eric Roberts in a movie if he can film it just at his house or nearby somewhere that he doesn't really have to put too much effort into it. Let's see. Zombie, you saw Wife Like. What did you think? Indy, you do see that actress naked. I know that much. So yeah. Moving on. Another random Walmart pickup. All fun and games. I believe it's no, actually it's not a slasher. I believe it's something about a demon. From that kid that was, well, he's not a kid anymore, but that's sci-fi. Ender's Game. Yeah, big flop. So he's doing horror now. It didn't quite work out. But he looks kind of creepy in this one, so hopefully it's decent. Another random Walmart pickup. Deliver Us. Right there for people who want to see the back cover. This isn't a great movie, but again, I've been trying to get all the Shudder stuff, so more of a collection thing. But it wasn't terrible either. Quicksand, you can go check. We got a review for that one. Let's see. Few more, and then we'll get to the spicy MVD stuff. I think this was Walmart. Evie. Look decent, actually. Look like a decent movie. This, now who could resist this one? The cast, Costas Mandylor from, of course, Hoffman in the Saw franchise, and Tara Reid and Robert Lasardo. So this is Bloodthirst. Cool cover art. It's a vampire movie. I believe Tara Reid plays a vampire princess or something in this. Yeah, I am sure it's not going to be as good as that awesome fucking cover, but what can I say? Even after all these years, they still seduce me. Robert Lasardo, stay tuned. We got something Robert Lasardo oriented coming up soon. Right. And the last one, I believe, before some spiciness, Island of the Dolls, killer doll flick, and this one is not. Oh, fuck it, never mind. Scott Jeffrey again. So it is actually also from the makers of Killing Tree and Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. Sorry, Chris. They're taking over everything. You just got to accept it at this point. All right, so spicy DVDs that I gotta check, especially before I can show back cover. Some I just may not show the back cover. Let's see. We're okay on this one. So this is actually from John Russo and Russ Striner of Night of the Living Dead fame. We got the Disney classic, The Booby Hatch. This was one that I believe I got from one of these many sales. The Booby Hatch from 1976. I'm sure everybody's seen the Booby Hatch. I'm sure, Cliff, if you're around, you've seen the Booby Hatch. Let's double check. Walmart is, well, yeah, there's not a lot left selling it. So. Cliff, yeah, Michael Madsen does not look good. I kind of feel bad. I think he's still a capable actor when he wants to be, but yeah, it was a little depressing. All right. Yeah, Andy, that was cool cover art, if nothing else. All right. So I still had some gaps on these Impulse Pictures releases. The Nikatsu erotic film series. They put out, God, probably like 50 of these by now. And we're okay. Women in Prison. Most of the back covers are cleanish, but I'm not going to show them. So just to be safe. Some have like partial nudity, but you can look that up. Let's see. We also got from Nikatsu Assault, the 13th Hour. I don't have all of these, but I'm only missing like I think 6 or 7 now. I hadn't, obviously not wanting to pay premium prices for DVDs, so when these were on sale, and I believe this was through the MVD sale, I was like, fuck it, I might as well get these now because they're never that cheap, even on DVD. Let's see. Next up, we got, this is a series of Nikatsu. We got Woman in a Box, Virgin Sacrifice. We also have Woman in a Box 2. Everything's covered, so we're good. Woman in a Box 2. And we've got some good old-fashioned nunsploitation. Nun Story, Frustration in Black. There you go. I have actually seen this one too. There's actually a few of these that I don't think I've ever seen. So that might be a good After Dark film at some point. Let's see, might be jumping around a little bit. Some of these titles I'm probably not even going to actually say. We got Female Prisoner 101, Suck, Orc Approved, classic film, classic film. We've also got, let's see, I don't think any of these actually show nudity on the cover, so I'm good. But another Disney classic, we've got Lolita, Vibrator Torture. I wonder what it's about. I'm not sure. It doesn't really give its plot away. Let's see. A depraved killer kidnaps women and takes them to an abandoned freight container decorated with black and white images of his victims. And yeah, blah 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 blah. Yeah, so yeah, I think that title kind of gives away what that one's about. Daily Ghost. Does one need to see Woman in a Box 1 to understand Woman in a Box 2? I think you're probably going to be lost if you don't watch them all. Might be confusing. There's some very pivotal dialogue in between all the whipping and suspension in those films. Vibrator Torture is a Walmart title. I think they sold out immediately though. So, you know, you're going to have to get Lolita Vibrator Torture through other means other than Walmart. Maybe Target. Check Target. Maybe Target still got some copies. No more exclusive steelbooks at Best Buy, though, I'm afraid. This is another Nikatsu series. Zoom Up Seiko's Thighs. There you go. Sorry, some of these got a lot of white on the cover, so I know they're kind of trying to get them to focus the best I can. This one, let's see. This one is about a man named Toshihiro who he likes to secretly photograph people. He's looking to lose his virginity. Looks like he likes to smell armpits. So that's what this one's about. What do we got next? We have I'm gonna partially cover this one up. Zoom Up Graduation Photo. Yes. So this one is I don't know. You know what? I'm just kind of skipping around. I do see enemas, sex toys, and bananas. Those are all keywords like on the back. So I don't know where the bananas come in or the enemas, but I'm sure pivotal to the plot. Pivotal to the plot. I hear that you may want to hold out for the Criterion 4K of this one, but you know it's cheap. You know I'm not too good to not get the DVD when it's on sale. So, Orc, I know you'll be springing for the 4K on that one. What do we got? Yeah, there's actually one of the Zoom Up titles on Blu-ray. Most of these are not on Blu-ray, but I think they put out, I know Love Hunter, which I think was on my previous update. That's on Blu-ray. And yeah. So up next, we got Office Love Behind Closed Doors. Yeah, so I think that pretty much gives away what that one's about. And I'm not going to say this title. In fact, there might be a hint of a nipple, so I'm going to partially obscure it. But we got, let's see, Bad Things Happen at a Hotel. Yeah, so there we go. Bad Things Happen at a Hotel. I'm sure you'll find it. Let's see. Orc, did you grab any of these? These were all from MVD. I believe they were all from MVD. Did you grab any? I'm still waiting for that Hot and Saucy Pizza Girls review, Orc. It's about time you make good on that one. All right, so we're getting to the end of the naughtiness. We're getting to the end of the DVDs because most of these are going to be all Blu-rays and 4Ks if you're just tuning in for the first time. So next up, definitely can't show the back, but the front is we'll err on the side of caution. We have Sex Roulette. Sex Roulette. So this is kind of like Rounders. Rounders with, you know, some butt fucking. I mean, there wasn't any of that in Rounders, but this is actually a German Belgian film. Actually, yeah, I think it's a although it's French, so yeah. Don't know if I actually saw this one. This has been on DVD for a while, but this one's pretty notorious. So let's see, what do we got next? Let's see. I think cartoon ass should be okay, but we're still going to be safe. We got Helena right there. A lot of these usually are expensive, like the Impulse Pictures, even DVD, because you'd expect me to have some of this, but they're never really on sale. So that MVD sale that they had was well worth it to pick up some good smut. Let's see, what else do we have? So much to cover up. 1 second. So I'm a big Ushi DeGard and Renee Bond fan, who did a lot of well, not mainstream, but did some non adult work as well. And they are in this. We got Honey Buns. Yeah, wonder what that one's about. And I promise, there's a lot of non-smut. You're tuning in for the first time, and you're thinking like, "Who's this pervert in the hat?" It was on sale. Don't judge me, god damn it. All right. Up next, we're almost towards the end of this. We have we have some Shakespeare. It's it's they kind of do their own thing with it, but we have Justine and Juliet. So yeah, it's a Swedish film, and yeah, uh, featuring the thespian himself, Harry Reams. You know it's going to be good. Oh, this one I can actually vouch for. I had a different DVD version of it, but this is a Fred Lincoln of Last House on the Left film. It is a legit golden era adult classic. We have Same Time Every Year, playing off the Alan Alda film. I know Ron Jeremy actually stars in this one. Herschel Savage, Paul Thomas. This one is a really good adults only feature. See, we got 5 more. We'll run through them quick. We got another Renee Bond film, Girl in the Basket. And oh, this is Zebedee Colt, another guy a director I'm a big fan of. Farmer's Daughters. Less controversial, oddly enough, than Dukes of Hazzard now. So there is that. Most of these don't really have nudity. They're just like borderline a little too sexy. This is another Fred Lincoln film. We Girls. It's French. So it's classy. Let's see, we got another. You gotta love a movie that says directed by Anonymous on the back cover. It's just like, nah, we don't need to be Alan Smithy. People are already on to that, so let's just we're good. White Slaver. Looks like it's got some slasher, some horror elements in it. And our last one, I don't have enough fingers, so it's called Candy Lips. You can guess what that's about. Candy Lips. Definitely can't show the back cover. All right, so now we're into the normal stuff because I'm not a pervert. And my camera's fucking with me a little bit here. Give me a moment. It's supposed to focus again. There we go. There we go. Check the chat before we start showing off some Blu-rays and 4Ks. Orc did not grab the Jean-Claude Van Damme stuff. That sucks, Orc, because Jean-Claude Van Damme's the man. It is not indie. Fred Lincoln was a very good director of adult films. Yes, rest in peace, Herschel Savage. He was a really cool guy. He did some stand-up for a little while as well. Great actor too. Those golden era talents, they were all fantastic actors. Jamie Gillis, I mean, shit. All right, so as always, I didn't organize these. There's like too much to do that, so you're just gonna get them in whatever order they come. All right, so got this. I do have some of the big boxes for some of the Makeflix collections, but this one was a little cheaper, so I got the cheap Velcro box collection of the Axe Grinder films. Very, very low budget slashers. Once again, I mean, kind of cheap cardboard box, but still cool artwork. It has, I believe they're up to 5 films now. Can't lie, I kind of am borderline tempted to just discard this and just use put the normal one on the shelf for those. I have like the big box for the Camp Blood collection and some of their other stuff. Let's see. All right. Up next from Saturn's Core. This is actually a science fiction film. The Good Book. Of course, Saturn's Core is a Vinegar Syndrome sub-label. They've been putting out a lot of great SOV stuff. So I grabbed that. Oh, here's a classic. This was a must-own. Even though I have the Criterion Blu-ray, figured War of the Worlds, the original, had to get that on 4K. Classic film. And a must-own. Oh, we'll do a big one. So I know a lot of people are pissed at the price point, and here I go and just cave and order it like a mark. Like a Mark, The Convent, the Mike Mendez, Adrian Barbeau film, but on 4K, I should say. And this one's I have a lot of fun with this one. I mean, I agree, it's too expensive, it's ridiculous, but they kind of had me by the balls. And I'll actually, since this is a bigger one, I'll show off the inner art there. Convent. Really cool. Sure takes Synapse a long ass time to put their stuff out, though. I knew this one was coming for a long time, but god damn. Zombie, did you get USB for Camp Blood? I'm not sure what you mean. I got the big box. Yeah, Indy, you don't know me. Playing while some nuns are getting blown away. It is a great opening. By far the best movie Coolio was ever in. Let's see some more from Saturn's Core, which I have almost all there. Really, I'm missing a few things. Backwoods Marcy from this is another one, I believe, from Wave Productions, which there's a good doc on Wave Productions that I don't know if we formally reviewed it or not, but they used to make a lot of like fetish themed horror movies out of a catalog for you. If the wave, I don't know if it's out of print, but I do recommend checking out the documentary on Wave Productions if you can, because it's a good watch. I'm not suggesting you watch all the films, though. I mean, some of them are pretty rough, and I never would have expected that we'd see any of it on Blu-ray. But 2024, man, it's a strange time. What else do we got? So this has been out a while. Just one of those Vinegar Syndrome titles I forgot to order, and finally got around to it. Mutant Hunt. Really cool art on this one. This has been out probably a couple years now, but I was filling in my gaps. And this is, of course, the Tim Kincaid film. I remember wearing out the pause feature on Tim Kincaid's Breeders VHS that I owned back in the day. And it's got the artwork you probably remember on the inside there. Let's see. Tim Kincaid, another one, another person who started in Triple X features and went legit. Bog Zombie, yes. SOV is kind of having a bit of a renaissance right now, and people are embracing it more than I expected on the Blu-ray format. Got this Nicolas Cage action comedy, Retirement Plan. This is one of his ones that did have a somewhat wide theatrical release. Ron Perlman's in it. This one kind of seems like a sort of grindhouse homage. Interesting cast: Terrence Howard, John Savage, and Dolph Lundgren. It is Showdown at the Grand. Any movie that's taken place in a movie theater, I'm totally down for. And this looked like a good time. The trailer looked solid, so actually, Shout Factory put this one out. Looks like one you might enjoy, Cliff. What else do we got going on here in the chat? Cool. Up next, you can check out our review of this one. A lot of fun. Satanic Hispanics. Grab the Blu-ray. Really good horror anthology that I recommend you check out. More on the this was kind of a precursor to the August Underground trilogy, and we recently did a show on that. Check out our review of all three films if you haven't already. And this actually predated it. Scrapbook by Eric Stanzi. Show that side of it. If you're a fan of August Underground, it's probably one you want to check out. Definitely, rough. The actress Emily Hack, which I'm wondering if she has a new interview on this one. Maybe not. Oh no, I take that back. Actually, yeah, she is a part of the documentary. So I know with August Underground there were some actors that weren't too eager to to appear for any new interviews, but Scrapbook. Indie Showdown at the Grand, I did start. It's got a decent vibe, and Howard should still be doing A-list. Such a good actor. Yeah, I agree. He was in one of the better WWE Studios films, Dead Man Down with Colin Farrell. It's other than the fact that Wade Barrett played a secondary bodyguard for Terrence Howard, who played the villain. It has no connection to WWE, and it was, I think, one of the better films that they produced. What else do we have? I remember this one being decent, actually. It's a Raven Banner release for The Lodgers. I think I might have gotten this on Hamilton Books website, which you should check because every once in a while you'll get some really good prices. This was probably like $5 or $6. And David Bradley is actually in this. We reviewed it forever ago. It might have been pre-YouTube. Good gothic horror film. What do we have next? Chad Farron's Parasites, which kind of has a John Carpenter vibe to it. A lot of familiar faces. It's kind of like it's not really a horror movie, but it's kind of more of a gory action film. Parasites. It's essentially bunch of insane homeless people and this group trying to survive the night when they decide to claim the city. What else do we have? Another Chad Farron film, highly recommended. You can check out our review, Pig Killer. Got that in from Vinegar Syndrome sub-label. And won't do this for all of them, but the inner art's cool too. If you decide to get it without the slip, which I think you might have to. I think the slipcover might be sold out. I'm not 100% sure. But that's what we're looking at. Really fun film. Really, really good time. Let's see. Upgraded my DVD for the classic Diabolique. I grabbed the Blu-ray. It's probably going to just fucking hit 4K too. That's the problem with Criterion right now. But when they're on sale, I still want to get them. So, yeah. I assume everybody knows that one. That's an essential film. Punisher, what's up? That's okay. You missed a lot of smut and some Blu-rays, but not too much yet. So, Bog Zombie, I think you'll enjoy Pig Killer. I think it was fuck, I've already forgotten, but I think it made the top 10 list for Todd and probably Pugs too. So yeah, I think you'll enjoy it. Also picked up from Terror Vision Films, which I know they've been taking a long ass time, and I have a bunch of Terror Vision stuff that came in the last 2 days. So be able to show that off. I know a lot of you have been waiting on your Terror Vision orders. I think I still have a couple things coming from them still, but I got a bunch of it the last 2 days. Malum 4K. So this is not a remake of Last Shift. It's very similar, but not like a full-on remake. And you can check out our review of that one. That I've had a while, but I got in a lot of the new Terror Vision titles. Also, Orc. One that I believe you're going to probably order soon. Tremors 2 Aftershocks on 4K. Don't think we're going to get all of these on 4K, but figured why not? It's a stacked release. And I know some people that like 2 better, which I always found odd because 1 is by far the best, but it's a solid sequel. It's a fun sequel. What we got up next? I think we might have reviewed this forever ago. It's a good film. Coming Home in the Dark. Another one you can get cheap. I'm pretty sure this was Hamilton Books, so a lot of that stuff I'm showing off was like $5-6. Good horror thriller. We did reviews you can check out on these, so I'm not gonna. But from Visual Vengeance, The Wrong Door, which is a little gem there, and Scream Queen from Brad Sykes. Go check out our reviews for both of these from Visual Vengeance. Yeah, you got to get it, Orc, before it sells out. Bear with me. I got like a minor sore throat, so have to drink a little bit in between. All right, what do we got up next? Well, here's one I'm sure Cliff Booth's gonna grab. And I have another set somewhere, so I'm probably showing them out of order. But the Blood Money Spaghetti Western set from Arrow Video. I've been grabbing all of these, and this has $10,000 Blood Money, Vengeance is Mine, Find a Place to Die, and a really good one, Metallo. Yeah, these are really cool sets. They're usually on sale. They really, it's not, sorry, that's very, very white. So I'm sure you can't even see any of the detail, but try to get it to focus the best I can. A lot of times you can get these for around, like $50 or so. They're, when they're on sale, there's 4 movies on each set and tons of special features. So it's a good value. It's a really good value, and there will be one more coming. I think this might have been the most recent release, but yeah, they've been putting out some good stuff that they could. Quite frankly, it's strong enough that they could put it out separate if they wanted to. What else do we got here? Some more MVD titles. We got My Samurai. This stars, I know, Mako, Terry Quinn, Bubba fucking Smith. What a cast from Police Academy. Haven't watched this since probably the 90s. This one I remember being kind of a little bit more. I could be wrong because it's been a long time, but I know it was kind of trying to cash in on like Karate Kid. I know it's got some, it's not just an action film, it's a little bit of a drama. Look forward to revisiting it. And Final Justice. This is not a good movie, but in fact, I wonder. I think Riff Tracks might have done something on this, but it's from legendary director Graydon Clark, and I don't think they have the Riff Tracks version. I think it was Riff Tracks. And oh, sorry. Another one I got on sale. Sorry, I am like surrounded. You can't see, but I've got like pyramids, so I got to shift stuff. Oh, what do we have next? As everybody knows, I'm a big Jess Franco guy, and yeah, go figure. No tits on this one, so we're good. The sinister Dr. Orloff from Mondo Macabro. This is getting later. This is 1984. So getting deeper into his career. I believe it was the last like true Dr. Orloff film. Although that's a name that he used on a lot of other stuff. Indy, okay, Final Justice. Yes, classic riff tracks on Tubi. Okay. Yeah, because I don't think that's on this. A lot of the riff track stuff, when it gets like a Blu-ray, they'll manage to get the rights to the riff tracks version. So that's probably your best way to watch it. Punisher, I've run out of space. Where do you store everything? Well, I think I've talked about it before. I'm not going to fuck with my camera right now, but I've sort of had to resort to going straight down the middle with shelves. Well, you can see over there. Those are books, but yeah, I've had to do that. Luckily, it's just me, so I don't need as much personal space. There's like very little in the way of furniture here. When I say I live in a museum, that's pretty much literal at this point. So I get creative, like not too far above my head. I've got boards that go around the ceiling to try and save space. You have to get creative. I'll be honest, like there is some stuff, not movies or anything, but there's like some stuff I've impulse bought, like Funko Pops and some stuff like that I've been looking at recently, saying like, I can get rid of that to save space. Um, so yeah, you got to get creative. It sucks being a collector sometimes. All right, what do we got next? Grab a handful. Terrifier 2 on 4K. I actually initially ordered this from Amazon, and they sent me the fucking Blu-ray, even though it was listed as a 4K. So finally remedied that. And from Sion Sono. Never know how to say his name properly, but a fantastic director. Hair extensions. So this is actually a Media Blasters Blu-ray that's been out a little bit, but I just totally forgot about it. And it was on sale on Amazon. I saw it pop up on Blu-ray.com, and I was like, son of a bitch. I forgot that was even on Blu-ray. So I upgraded the DVD on hair extensions. They're a company that was like rumored for a while that they were defunct, and that ended up not being true. They still put stuff out, although there was a long period where they didn't really have anything except some of their anime, which is, I'm sure, what basically keeps them going. This one we reviewed a while back, Kids versus Aliens. I don't think this is MVD, but I know I got it cheap somewhere. Actually, this might be Second and Charles. You can check out our review for that. Let's see. So this one looked bizarre. MakeFlix is selling it. I know Todd's already watched it. Probably, I guess it qualifies as like a horror sex comedy, but strange things happen at the weird house. This one, everything's covered there, luckily, but not so much on this side. This one, if you watch the trailer on MakeFlix, looks downright bizarre. And it looks like a lot of fun, so I'm sure you'll see us cover it on After Dark at some point. Let's see. We reviewed this from TerraVision. I haven't gotten to the new stuff yet, but American Nightmare with Debbie Rashan. We have a recent review we did for Slashtober, so you can go check out the review for that one. Early 2000s slasher. Those were nice cans. I look forward to actually seeing them in the movie. Actually, the trailer on MakeFlix, I'm pretty sure you can see the cans. They don't care too much about nudity. That's like the worst thing when we do like Vinegar Syndrome sales shows, because you want to scroll through it, but sometimes it's like you look at the pictures and it's like, oh fuck, there's a titty. It's gonna nuke our stream. So we're more cautious, but I've seen I want to say Michael Keane might have had a stream that got fucked up because he was just or pulled because he was just looking. I think it was Melusine or something. I was watching and I was like, oh, there he goes. Let's see. Oh, here is one of the new TerraVision Blu-rays that came in today. Like I said, none of these are in order. Hell's Highway. So you may remember this movie came out from Brain Damage back in the day. It's a Jeff Leroy film. I was a big fan of the star Phoebe Dollar. And our friend of the show, Joe Castro, does effects for this one. This was a fun, low-budget movie. Phoebe was great. She didn't do a ton of movies, but yeah. And there's the back cover there. This literally came today. I got 2 separate waves of TerraVision titles. Yeah, Andy, check out our review, or you probably already did, but we reviewed The Head, his film, which also came out from TerraVision, and I don't know if that would have been in the last update. If not, it might be here to show off as well. Up next, speaking of a company that for a while there were rumors, I know that they were defunct, but nope, still. In fact, they got a new wave of titles that have been coming out. Some of which I have to show you here. So I'm a big fan of German extreme horror films, and this is there's nobody more extreme than Olaf Ittenbach, and they just put out on Blu-ray Dard Divorce, which I look forward. Maybe we'll review this. I'm sure Kruger's down. They're really random too. They're putting Blood Rain out on 4K, which is interesting. Although that movie will probably look good on 4K, I'll say that much. Finally found this cheap Nightmare Alley 4K from Guillermo del Toro. Got the 70s, 1977 to be exact, killer dog flick, The Pack. This one's a lot of fun. Haven't watched it in a very long time. From Scream Factory. Right there. Check the chat real quick. Indy, I need to do a collection tour. Yeah, I do need to. It's tough logistically. I've tried to like point the camera a few times. I'll try and do something. I need to figure out how to do that. I guess I could just go live. I have to. You never see anything from me from my phone, and of course Todd does all the editing, so it's not something I can just do real quick. Plus, it's complicated because there's. It sounds bad, but there's like a lot of like nude stuff or stuff that could be problematic for YouTube that I have to. I've been very careful, like the camera image you get, there's there's nothing objectionable in it, but like literally like just right there is. So I have to figure out how to do that. Let's see. Another one we just reviewed recently. I always forget the actor's name from Euphoria. Angus. He tragically Angus Cloud. Your Lucky Day. We just did a recent review of that. Walmart has the Blu-ray, so if it was one you wanted to check out, you can get that quite easily in store. Oh, and here's another TerrorVision title. I like this movie very much. It is. I want to make sure I say her name right. My girl, Anna Klumsky, and she did this movie Blood Car. I think it might have been like her comeback film, and it was very strange. Like, what are you doing in this low budget horror film? But this one's really good. I think Lauren at Visited by Voices, I believe, is a fan of this one. It's really creative, kind of timely, actually. Right now, takes place in the near future where gas is $40 a gallon. It's not getting too far off, I suppose. Good movie, actually. I like some of the stuff TerrorVision's putting out. I've heard that some of it's not selling so great, and that's a shame because I think there's a lot of gems from the 2000s that, well, actually there's a ton from that time period that people have overlooked. But it's like if they haven't heard of it, yeah. Anna was just in They Them for Hulu, so not a great movie, but it was good to see her back. She was good in it. I'll say that much. What do we have next? Haunting in Venice with Kenneth Branagh. I think you all saw the trailers for that. classic biker flick with Bruce Dern, the Cycle Savages. This one, I believe, was also from the MBD sale. It's a Scorpion releasing Blu-ray. Another one I'm sure Cliff's a fan of. Let's see. Some good light family entertainment. These are rough ones. I've got Men Behind the Sun from Massacre Video on Blu-ray. If you're unfamiliar, these are rough. Well, the first one in particular is very, very rough. Very notorious film. Also, Men Behind the Sun 2, Laboratory of the Devil. Really rough World War II themed horror movies. They get quite different as they go along. And Men Behind the Sun 3, A Narrow Escape. Massacre Video just, they were really quiet, and then they started putting out a ton of stuff. Yeah, Andy, I was not a fan of They Them. I was hoping it would end up being a surprise, but I mean, I know some people liked it, though. I was just, I don't know, the musical number and everything, it just didn't hit for me. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Bruce Dern is a legend. Very nice, too. I can't remember if it was Chiller or Monster Mania, but I'm pretty sure Chiller. I met him. He's somewhere on the walls around here. Really nice person. He'd tell you stories about everything. I'm not 100% sure if it was the same convention. I think it might have been, but Ernest Borgnine was also there. Nicest guy you could ever have met. Super cool. He even took some free photos with people. And I mean, shit, even at that point, he had to be about 90 or pushing it. Really, really just a lot of those old timers, sadly gone now. They really made conventions worth going to. So I can confirm Bruce Dern is just as cool in person. What we got next? Also from the MVD sale, Who'll Stop the Rain? Movie I probably haven't seen since I was a kid. So with Nick Nolte, look forward to revisiting it. And another classic upgraded to DVD. I think this had to be MVD as well. Lone Wolf McCade finally got the Blu-ray. Chuck Norris and David Carradine. That MVD sale was fucking awesome, by the way. That's why this update. That's probably one of the main reasons this update is so big. Oh, that's cool, Cliff. That's very cool. I'm a big Silent Running fan. I love that movie. And Bruce is really good in that. But like you said, he's great at anything. More classic action from the... this could have been Ronin. I don't know. There might be a few of these that I'm mixing up where I got it, but one or the other. The Killer Elite with James Caan, which had a sort of remake with Jason Statham. Also a sale title, 315 with Adam Baldwin and Deborah Foreman. Out there. Oh, hey, Corey. How are you doing? Yeah. You know what? I don't think I grabbed the Joe Pro stimulus package, but I'm going to leave that glory to you because I know you got that one as well. MBD got a lot of my money too. I kept justifying. It's like, oh man, $5. $5. I might as well. And then it's like, I'm broke now. They $5 me to death. Let's see. see, we got we did a review of this one ages ago, Silent Night. This one I think I got it Second and Charles cheap. It's another Silent Night here that should pop up at some point. Another Billy Blank's martial arts flick from the MVD sales, Showdown. I remember this one being good, actually. What are you up to tonight, Corey? Another sale title. Double feature, Bolo Young. Had to grab it. Oh, Blood Fight and Ironheart. Sorry. Yeah, Bolo Young double feature. It's just nice getting stuff stuff cheap, you know, boutique label stuff cheap. So I cannot yeah, I can't turn it down. What up, Chris? Chris, so I do have actually one that I purchased just for you because I'll revisit it. I know my review wasn't great, but nonetheless, I was still going to get the Blu-ray. Suitable Flesh. So we'll see if it gets any redemption. I didn't hate the movie. I just thought it was a bit of a letdown. But I know it was your favorite or second favorite of the year. I know it was high when you did your ranking. More martial arts action from MVD. Angel Town with Olivier Gruner. So I was a big Olivier Gruner fan. He did a movie called Nemesis, which that all four of those films are on a Blu-ray set now. The first Nemesis, though, is a badass fucking action movie from Albert Pyun from the early 90s. It was actually, I think, the first film that Thomas Jane did, or the first major movie that he was in. But Olivier Gruner was a great action star, kind of that 90s wave. He didn't quite become huge, but very talented nonetheless. A lot of great movie memories from Olivier. Second favorite. Okay. What was your favorite again? I think I forgot. Hold on one second. I have got to make a quick Sorry about that. I had to take that call real quick. Oh, okay, yeah. Dark Harvest was your favorite. I remember that. It was a rougher top 10 to rank than I thought it would be. The first like two or three, the top two or three were very easy, and then the rest it was like, oh man, it's hard to pick one over the other. All right, back to it. This is also on, I don't know if it's sold out yet, but Hamilton Books, Kill Chain Blu-ray with Nicolas Cage. This one had a weird release. It's a pretty solid action film, but this is actually a Canadian Blu-ray, hence some of the French writing. But I don't think we had an American Blu-ray of this one for some reason. I could be wrong, but I don't believe we did. And yeah, got that off of Hamilton Books. What's up next? Oh, let's do a big set. So this was one of my most anticipated releases of last year. The Bollywood Horror Collection Blu-ray box set. Isn't that fucking beautiful? You can see, I won't read them all off there, but you can kind of see some of the titles. You can probably read them better that way. This is a really awesome box set. And this is a different era, so a lot of this is more on the cheesy side. There's some uh, great Indian horror films now, and these are great too. They're just they're probably more stereotypically what you would expect them to be. There's also a really nice book in here. Look at that artwork. I was really excited when they announced this, and I highly recommend it. It is you can get it now on Amazon, I believe, for a good long while. You can only get it on the Mondo Macabro website. So, Nick Cage has made a lot. Well, actually, though, it's weird because a lot of his stuff now at least gets small theatrical releases. I mean, he's done some great work. I mean, Pig was amazing. Dream Scenario was fantastic. I think he got fucked for an Oscar for that one, in my opinion. Although I had a feeling it might have been a little bit too weird for the Academy, but yeah. Here we go. Oh, Neon City. This is a sci-fi action film with Michael Ironside that Kino put out on Blu-ray. This one's kind of notable. It also features Juliette Landau. So if you're a Buffy fan, she was Drusilla. It's one of her early, if not her first, appearances. Fun one. I always liked this one back in the day, and I look forward to revisiting it. Let's see. What's up, Riverman? How are you doing? Let's see. Andy, your dad liked Kill Chain. Yeah. I heard as far as, I mean, it's not like in a Nicolas Cage A-list title like Pig or Dream Scenario, but it's a good action film. All right, moving on. I'm a big Highlander fan, and I had to get the 4K of the original Highlander. I think I got that over the holidays. More Jess Franco from the new Kino Cult line, Sinner, The Secret Diary of a Nymphomaniac. Very excited to dive into that again. I'll get anything Jess Franco. If you're new to the show, I'm a Jess Franco fanatic. Albino cobras. Who collects albino cobras? Oh, first time watch for May. I assume you mean Lucky McKee's May Riverman. That is a fantastic film. Be sure to check out Roman, which in that one actually they flip it. Angela Bettis directs that one, and Lucky McKee stars in it. It's not as good as May, but it's definitely worth watching. Let's see. Also from Vinegar Syndrome, The Demon Rat. Awesome cover art. And this is not a great movie, if I'm being honest. It's a Mexican sci-fi creature feature film. But, and I can only think for the cover art, because I think this one's dropped below 1,000. I'd have to go back and double check, see where it's at, and I saw that and I was like, I better fucking grab it. So maybe not a reason to panic if you want it yet, but once it does that, a lot of times like the next sale, it starts to whittle down if it doesn't outright sell out. But not a great film. In preparation for the new Dune movie, I did get David Lynch's Dune on 4K. Not the big special edition on this one, but probably watch that before I go out to check out the new Dune. What we got next? This is from Dark Force Entertainment and Matt Simber, the man behind Glow. And this is Hundra. I'm a big mark for early 80s sword and sandals, sword and sorcery type stuff. So I was very excited when this got announced for Blu-ray. I'm an easy mark for that. Big Deathstalker guy. There's a Deathstalker poster in my collection, and I have a signed Miles O'Keefe a tour Fighting Eagle poster in my bathroom across from Spookies. Spookies is on the bathroom door. Uh, so let's see. Indy fell asleep during the new one. I'm sorry to hear that because I fucking love it. Blade Runner 2049 is amazing. I know it's not for everybody, but I'm a big Blade Runner guy, and I thought that sequel hit it out of the park personally. So this one is 88 films, The Blue Jean Monster. This one's kind of a wild, I want to say 91, early 90s film. It's been kind of compared to Crank with the zombie. Check that out. I think Beyond the Void actually did a review of this. Cliff, so Deathstalker 2 is great. Now, the new release of that, well, the new Blu-ray for those films is fucking ridiculously expensive now, and I barely got them before they sold out, but it's worth if you can track down the DVD for Deathstalker 2, which is going to be easier. That has the non-director's cut, which is worth it because they fix certain things. Like there's a scene where you can see over the set into the parking lot, which is hilarious. And I'm pretty sure that's the cut on the DVD. They fix certain things with the director's cut, and I'm like, I like it just the way it is. It's just good, cheesy fun. But again, I'm an easy mark for that stuff, so keep that in mind. I don't know where you fall on those films. The B wave of Conan knockoffs. I tend to like it all. We got next. We got the new 4K of Jess Franco's Count Dracula. This is beautiful artwork, and but I mean, you got Jack Taylor, you've got Maria Rome, Christopher Lee, of course, Klaus Kinski. How do you go wrong? Maybe not the most respected Dracula film, but it's also it's not ranked as low as you would think. There's some video I saw like ranking every Dracula film, and I was happy to see that this got some love. Wasn't at the top of the list by any means, but Severin did it's stacked in terms of extras. It's got the CD and anything Franco I pick up. So there's that. Also, we get a stack of stuff here. Do some. So we have kind of a companion piece. This came in the same package, monthly package, the documentary. I can never say this right, but Quadec Vampire, and I'm not even going to try and say the other thing. But yeah, good documentary. And let's see. Double feature. Did this have a slipcover? No, it didn't. Okay. Sorry. Looking for a slipcover for something that doesn't exist. Also from Severin, I can't remember if this was the same month as Count Dracula, although I think it might have been. On 4K, Dr. Butcher, MD. Great film. I love this movie. I've got a t-shirt of this movie. And of course, the alternate title, Zombie Holocaust. Let's pull this one. The inner is Zombie Holocaust. There you go. As you can see, stacked extras on this. All right. Let's check the chat. Riverman's a Blade Runner 2049 fan. Yeah, I love that movie. I also like Dracula 1972. I mean, again, Horror of Dracula is by far the best Christopher Lee Dracula. I've always said it. I think as a whole, the Hammer Frankenstein films are better as a whole. But yeah, sometimes Christopher Lee was kind of wasted, though, if we're being honest, in a lot of those Dracula films. But I have, it's not an original poster, but I have a 11 by 17 Dracula 72 signed somewhere. What do we got next? Also, some Vinegar Syndrome titles. These are a little bit older, so I'm not going to pull it out. But Frostbiter. That's actually a good one to watch during winter. And you've seen we've been doing the Trauma 365s, and that one is a Trauma gem. Not a great film, but Psycho Girls, also from Vinegar Syndrome. This is also a Severin release, Raiders of the Living Dead. This actually had a really in-depth, like 2 or 3 disc, maybe even 4 disc DVD release back in the day. And they did a good job on this. Some cool original art there, or the original art on the inside. Is Foley gonna work a match? He took that bump at that indie show, and people were wondering. I don't really want to see that. It's kind of like it's kind of like how I was feeling about Kurt Angle at the end when he was doing the Baron Corbin stuff. I was like, man, I don't want to see this poor guy taking bumps anymore. What's up, Rusty? Murder Set Pieces. Yeah, that's a rough one. I know that's something we'll probably review at some point. Where did you hear Foley was coming out of retirement? It's a lot of wrestling news today that I'm not happy about. Let's see. Oh, I still had more smut. I lied. Although not too much. Let's see. Random pickup. I think this was like $4 on Amazon. So I figured I'd give it a shot. Lovebirds. I think it was a pandemic comedy. Looked amusing. This was a Dollar General pickup. Eye in the Sky. I missed it in theaters. I think it might be one of Alan Rickman's last performances. Aaron Paul's in it. Helen Mirren. I know this is like about drone warfare. I never got around to checking it out. So Dollar General, that was a cheap pickup. Let's see. Ben, you just woke up. That's unusual for you. You're usually up at this hour. I won't spoil it for anybody that hasn't watched SmackDown yet, but it's some big news. If you want to Google it, and I know we have a lot of wrestling fans out there, including Todd, so I don't want to go right out and say it, but some WrestleMania news that I'm not super excited about. Let's see. He said, Mick Foley said on his podcast that he wants to drop 100 pounds and have a retirement death match at 60. See, I used to want to see it. I mean, I'm sure maybe he can have like a brawl, bleed buckets and just maybe satisfy people not hopefully taking bumps, but I don't know. I think he's kind of pushing it. Even a simple match at this point, like he really shouldn't be taking even basic bumps. So yeah, Riverman, stay tuned. Well, actually, there we go. We'll do a big one. Inside the Mind of Coffin Joe from Arrow Video. I'm dying to dive into this. I had to Amazon uh fucked me over because it was it was either caught in a loop or something. I never got it. I had to order this from Diabolic. Um and it was yeah, it was like obviously not coming, because there was no movement on the package for a few days. And then I'm looking on Amazon and I'm like, son of a bitch, it's sold out. Um, and I was just really pissed off about that. But luckily, Diabolic still had them in stock. Uh, oh, yeah, nice. Yeah. Well, not nice, but at least you got it. I mean, yeah, they put it back up for $70. I saw that and I'm like, motherfucker, like that it's like that much cheaper. But this is one that honestly I would have, if it went out of print, I would have paid a stupid price for it. So I wasn't going to gamble. Um, yeah, I was annoyed because they kept giving me the wait a few more days thing, and I was like, shit, like, like I need my money freed up so I can order it on Diabolic. But I took care of that, and I sold some. I had some eBay stuff that luckily came through for me, and I was able to order it. It is worth it. I would have paid the inflated price, but still, it gets kind of annoying when the price drops that drastically immediately. But good news for any of you guys out there. Oh, there is a replacement program. I did not know that. Shit, I wonder how I'm. Yeah, you'll have to Bug Zombie if you know how they're doing that. You'll have to send me a message on Instagram. Uh, that's really annoying. uh, but I got it. That's the important thing because I'm a big Coffin Joe guy. All right. Another one that had problems that, yeah, thanks, Bog Zombie. I appreciate it. Let me know. I'm sure, I mean, I'm sure I can find it, but that'll save me some time. Um, oh, so speaking of one that had a lot of issues, I'm sure you all followed the Jack Frost 2 debacle. Another pickup from MVD, the proper version. This was a mess for a while. Like they put out the edited cut and but I finally got it. After all this time. I mean, that was probably a couple Christmases ago when they had those issues, I believe. You need to do it through the website. They're shipping the disc out in a few weeks. Okay, I'll have to. I assume you mean Arrow Video, not Diabolic, obviously. I will have to figure that out. I don't normally buy from their site, too, so I'm going to have to make sure I get logged into that. All right. Up next, got a creature feature, I believe. Yeah, Thai creature feature. Creepy Crawly. This one looked like a lot of fun. I think it's a parasite sort of thing. But it looked like a good time. Thai creature feature. Cool. I'll check that out, Bog Zombie. I'll grab my phone and check it after the show. Also from Scream Factory, got Highwaymen with Jim Caviezel and Rona Mitra. This was kind of a Hitcher-esque film. I don't remember all the details. I think producers might have kind of fucked this film over a little bit. I don't know if this is a director's cut. I know there's a director's commentary on it though that I'm curious to listen to. I remember it still being a fun movie, not a classic, but I remember Jim Caviezel and Rhoda Mitra being really good. I think the villain was Colm Feore, if I remember right. It came out after Joyride, but those movies kind of blend together, and I remember Joyride being a lot better than that one. Also from MVD, we got The Big Sweat with Robert Z'Dar, the late Robert Z'Dar. Almost had him in a movie once. I would have gotten to work with the Maniac Cop, but it wasn't meant to be. He was in pretty rough shape at that point in time. And guys, in about 1 minute, I'm going to have to take a quick bathroom break. Hopefully nobody comes in while my camera's off, but what can I do? Speaking of MVD, a movie that I think I saw way back when, Enigma with Sam Neill. Who else was in this one? Martin Sheen, I think, actually is the star. Didn't really remember a lot. I think I might have watched it on HBO back in the day, so at some point, look forward to revisiting this one. Chris, I'm surprised. You strike me as a Robert Z'Dar fan. I will say some of the stuff that he was in towards the end of his life is rough, to say the least. To say the least. He did a lot of movies with Conrad Brooks, who I did work with. Wolf Creek 2 is good. It's kind of the Aliens to the Alien, though. Wolf Creek 2 is really entertaining, but it is different. It is different. It's the Aliens to the Alien. Let's do one big one and give me like 1 minute, and I will be right back from my bathroom break and entertain each other. Another box set from Severin. The Danza Macabra Volume 2 Italian Gothic Collection. This has Castle of Blood, which is a fantastic film. Jekyll, They Have Changed Their Face, and The Devil's Lover. 8-disc set. This has been out a minute. I didn't order it immediately, but I was always getting it. There you go. Be right back, guys. Give me 30 seconds. Enjoy Ed Harris in the meantime. And I'm back. Bathroom's like right there. I don't know why I always take the long way around the shelves. I could just go that way, but I'm stupid. Weather is beautiful here today, Chris. There you go, Cliff. I knew you were. It's like a sort of a love-hate thing you got going there. You're always mean to the ones you love. Oh, Ben, you did. I hope everything's okay. Big earthquake. I didn't see anything. It's fucking weird. 2024 right now is just, I mean, we're just barely a month into the year, and it's like insane shit happening everywhere. Some bad, some just crazy in general. all the Vince McMahon stuff. My God, did you guys see that Johnny Ace flipped on him? I thought that was hilarious. Hilarious. Yeah, piss bottle. I don't know. Like, I have to ask like Piz and Christian and some of those guys that have longer, more often live streams that go a long time if they keep a piss bottle. Don't know. I've talked to both, and I've never asked the piss bottle question. But you know what? Whether it's region free or Piz's patron stream, I will ask about the piss bottle. I will ask the questions that need to be asked that you will not. Let's see. Peruse a scrapbook, absolutely. That would be fast, though, even for me. What's up, Jake? How's it going? I had to duck it. I think I recorded, and I'm not exaggerating, I think 8 things that day. And that just wasn't happening. All right. Riverman 50 in Nebraska. Today was like gorgeous. It drops back down to the 50s, I think, tomorrow. But today was like perfect hiking weather. I had my windows open not long ago. All right. So back to the show. This, I believe, was a Hamilton Books pickup, and what a great cast. Shit. Breaking news in Yuba County. I thought Aubrey Plaza was in this too. I might be wrong, but Allison Janney, Mila Kunis, Aquafina's in this, who I've been a little bit harsh to, but I do think she's good in comedy. Didn't quite buy her as a love interest for Renfield, though. This Wanda Sykes, Juliette Lewis, Regina Hall. I don't know much about it. I think it's a dark comedy. It's about like a woman who kills her husband or something. Looked good, and it was a cheap pickup. You have to finish the story. Well, you know how that goes for other people. You just never know. You might, you might, but you just have to wait a little bit longer. Yeah, I don't think it was quite 70, but it was close. It was close. All right. What do I got up next? One I've been waiting for a long time. This is a excellent film that Severin put out on 4K, Spider Labyrinth. Highly recommended. Thought we might never get to see it on 4K. 2024 will be good because there's a Giallo called House with Laughing Windows that I hear is going to be hitting. I don't know if 4K, it might be Blu-ray, but there's that inner artwork there. Severin's been killing it, actually. They've been putting out a lot of good stuff. What up, Chewy? How are you doing? You missed a lot of movies, a lot of smut at the beginning, although I think I might still have a few stragglers for smut in this update. What do we got next? Also from Severin, Closed Circuit. Not the most creative artwork, but a good movie. Let's see. Well, you can rewind, but you wouldn't be watching us live then. We got Delamore, aka Cemetery Man. This was essential. Severin's been giving Vinegar Syndrome a run for their money. I haven't dived into it yet. Obviously, it's not open, but I'm really excited to check out the 4K. There might be something happening with Cemetery Man soon. One of the greatest horror movies of the 90s. It's when you consider where the Italian film industry was for Michele Soavi to put out that kind of movie and when he did, I mean, wow. Also from Soavi, we got The Sect. Another classic. They've been killing it this year, killing my wallet too. The Church. Need that stage fright 4K next time. What have you guys picked up lately, by the way? Bog Zombie, I need that Severin. Cemetery. Man, the price has me holding off since I have the DVD and German Blu-ray. Yeah, they kind of had me by the balls. I mean, that Cemetery Man, I do kind of consider an all-time great. Riverman, The Church is very good. I mean, it's a shame that Michele had to stop making films. He had family issues because, man, he was still making classics when, I mean, that was very sparse in Italy at that point. What are we gonna do here? All right. Like I said, these are all out of order, so I'm doing some heavy hitters probably before I should, but why not? Another box set from Severin, the Cushing Curiosity set. We might review this. As you know, we've been doing Black Emmanuel, and it has taken fucking forever to get through that set, but we're getting towards the end. I'm a big Peter Cushing guy. I can't wait to dive into this. I've got more sealed stuff than ever, just because with my reviews, it's been hard to get to everything. But I will be diving into this shortly. Let's see. Chris hasn't been buying anything new lately. Well, the Thanksgiving Blu-ray is at Walmart, so although it depends on your Walmart. Mine tends to suck, and they put it out when they feel like putting it out. Riverman got the 88 Films 4K of Burial Ground, and it's killer. Love the artwork. Yeah, I have the Severin one coming hopefully soon. Can't remember exactly when that's due. Chewy got the Infinity Pool Steelbook. Awesome, awesome. Yeah, I don't think you're going to get a sequel to that. Got some pizza and Starbucks on the way. Well, that's good because I'm not done yet. So still have a lot to show off. These just came in a week ago from Mondo Macabro. Some Asian horror. We got the Inferno. These are both from the 70s. We're safe. Actually, these two might even be my night watch. We'll see. I should make a dent in this week's reviews, but these are near the top of my list. And Curse of the Dog God. Mondo's another one of those companies that doesn't get enough credit. They've always been one of my favorite labels going back to early DVD. Cliff, yeah, that the Peter Cushing set is a must. I've got so many pay and fours going because of these fucking box sets. It's ridiculous. Beekeeper, I liked Beekeeper. Like I said, just a good old school one-man army action flick. It gets pretty ridiculous. He is untouchable in that one. Let's see. Picked up Primal Rage 4K. Oh, that's awesome. Dr. Caligari from Mondo. That one's an experience. That one is an experience. We have a review of that up if you want to check it out. I don't know, maybe 6 months ago or so. We did, Indy. We just did a horror pack, or not too long ago, within the last week or so. All right, Ben. Yeah, Ben, you said you were on the hunt for a new TV. I'm more clueless on the Super Bowl than ever. It annoys me that it's like, even just like coming across TMZ, it's like they're just, or just news in general, it's like they're just talking about the fucking Taylor Swift stuff. I've decided I want to see that Kelsey, whatever his name. I want to see him get sacked really fucking hard and like just go out on the first play. I just want to just take the wind out of everybody's sails and like no happy endings. And whoever the other team is, I hope they fucking crush Kansas City. So that's where I'm at on that, because I'm just tired of hearing about the Taylor Swift shit. All right, up next. This is a creepy one. The Elderly. This is another. It was hard to get a hold of this Blu-ray for a while. It was on like back order or something. Dark Star put it out. So yeah, creepy old people movies. They're in right now. Yeah, I just don't care. I usually watch the Super Bowl for like the commercials. I used to bet on football. So I'm not clueless really with football. It's just I don't even think I'm gonna watch this year. If anybody is streaming that night, maybe I'll watch that, because I just do not give a shit. The commercials suck now, so there's no real point for me to bother. Let's see. Yes, X leading the way in creepy old people. So this is trying to remember the exact year, early 90s, 91. Toy Soldiers. This is a really good movie if you haven't seen it. Will Wheaton, Sean Astin, Andrew Dieboff is in this one. Really fun action movie. Actually, Orc, I don't know if you're still watching, but Toy Soldiers, I recommend this one to you. There's another action movie under this title, though. Make sure you get the Sean Astin, Andrew Dieboff one. Oh man, the commercials used to be so cool. Now if I find like 2 or 3 that are decent, that's about as much as you can hope for now. Yeah, there's just nothing. It's all so fucking dry and boring and undefensive. It's just, if you're lucky, you might get like a cool like Budweiser animal themed commercial. Maybe you get that, but yeah. So Toy Soldiers has a double feature DVD. I can't think of the second film right now. It really didn't fit from Mill Creek, but this let me double check. Oh, I thought it was Kino. No, it's just a TriStar. There you go, Sony release there. I can't remember what I think you can get the double feature from Mill Creek cheaper. It was a random movie that they put with it. I don't think it was a bad movie necessarily, but yeah, it didn't quite make sense. I was tempted to grab that, but then I was just like, I'd rather just have this separate. And it's a newer release. I think it might be a better transfer. Here is a the humor in this might split people, but I thought it was a lot of fun. Onyx the Fortuitous and the Talisman of Souls, Blu-ray. If you want to, Jeffrey Combs is hilarious in this movie. I think he actually might steal the show from Andrew Bowser. Just if you haven't seen it, there's a workout scene that will have you laughing your ass off. And you can check out our review. We reviewed that one. I believe that was on a couple of our top 10s as well. So this movie is notoriously awful, but I love it. Trug with Joan Crawford. There's just something about this one. I love this movie. Not saying it's a traditionally a good movie, but I love Trug. Just good, cheesy fun, and Joan was acting her heart out to try and make that one work. We got next another classic from one of the all-time greats, Todd Browning, Devil Doll. Just grabbed this from the Warner Archive collection. Classic horror film. Next. Well, another essential one that I think you've all heard of, Monster Squad on 4K. Had to own that. Trog is, I mean, it's not, they don't, I don't think they ever use the term Bigfoot exactly, but yeah, basically. Basically. Um, they just call him the troglodyte. So yeah, but I consider it a part of the Bigfoot canon. Uh I love this movie. I believe Kruger's a big fan as well. Film Masters don't get enough credit. They've been putting out some great new scans for particularly some classic 1950s horror and sci-fi films. And this has got the giant Gila monster and bonus film Killer Shrews. I haven't popped it in yet, but they've done some amazing work on their transfers, and I'm a 50s sci-fi aficionado, so this was an easy pickup for me. We got also from Film Masters. I tried to keep some of these in order. The Beast from the Haunted Cave, Corman flick. I I love this movie. You probably own it 20 times on various budget DVD sets from back in the day. But I've always really liked this one a lot. And it also has a bonus film, Ski Troop Attack, which is also an HD print too. There you go from the back. Chris, all-time favorite Squatch movie. Wow, that's tough. We technically started a series for Squatch movies that we didn't. We're kind of due a restart of it. We did do Night of the Demon from 1980. I kind of want to say that that's my favorite. Where else can you see Sasquatch rip a biker's dick off? I mean, Night of the Demon's amazing. I'll hold my thoughts though on going too deep. Primal Rage is a good newer one, not to be confused with the older film. But yeah, I don't know if we're gonna rank those at some point, but I guess I got to go Night of the Demon for now. For now. Oh, Abominable. The Matt McCoy, Tiffany Shepis film. Abominable is excellent. That was one of those films. I mean, I tend to enjoy cheesy creature features, but I was expecting Sci-Fi Channel fun cheese. Like I didn't think anything going into that, and Abominable is a gem, and I'm glad to see it's on Blu-ray. Also, this actually, well, no, maybe it was MVD. The Happy Hooker Goes Hollywood with Martine Beswick, Hammer Girl. It's a sex comedy from the early 80s. Had to grab that. Another one got cheap too. The man who I always say the title wrong. The man who killed Hitler and then Bigfoot. It's good. It's not exactly necessarily what you'd expect, but I recommend you check it out. Abominable might have, I don't know, did that premiere on Sci-Fi? It very well might have. There's some weird stuff that sometimes gets listed as Sci-Fi originals. Like I think Dog Soldiers, not exactly, I mean, kind of the exact opposite of what you would think of a Sci-Fi original, but some people list it as one because I guess it had that premiere. Sometimes Cube as well, although I don't think that premiered on Sci-Fi. I certainly wouldn't call it a Sci-Fi original. What do we got next? This one's classic series from the Nikatsu Erotic Film Collection, which I showed off a bunch of DVDs earlier. Flower and Snake. This is a series of films, erotic BDSM fueled Asian goodness. Also, very creative titles from this line. Star of David, Beautiful Girl Hunter. There you go. This one I think they spent a little more money on than usual, but still has all the misogyny and BDSM intact. And another Zoom Up title, Zoom Up Murder Site. Like I said, they don't put many of these on Blu-ray. I think there's like 4 total, but there's like 50 DVDs in the Nakatsu erotic films line. Yeah, Andy, it's probably one of the more popular series. There's a few that they put out that fall under that. Another Severin, Straggler, The Dead One. We talked about just reviewing everything that came out in that package at some point. Maybe we will. You can see the inner art on that one. All right. Yeah, you got to love the sleeves when you get it for a decent price, too. A lot of those Impulse DVDs, for a long time, they were like 20, and I was like 20, 25, even up to 30 on Amazon. And so I kind of broke off of buying them because I started to get that feeling it's going to really suck if they just put all these out on Blu-ray, but they really haven't. So DVD might be as good as it gets for some of them. So I saw these movies ages ago, but finally got the Blu-rays, and I know it's actually a TV series and a Danish TV series. Could not be fucking made in America. I believe Clune is how you actually say it, but Draft House Films actually distributed this. Wild. I don't know if I'd recommend it to everybody, but yeah, there's some crazy shit in these. I think what really, because I've never seen the series, and I think there's some episodes on the Blu-ray, so I'm kind of curious because I have only seen the actual films. Sorry again, I know these are bright, so I don't know how easy you can see them. What do we got next? Let's see. From the Addams Family. I thought I had this Blu-ray. I actually didn't have it on Blu-ray yet. The Deeper You Dig, which I think is their first feature. Their first feature-length film. Got that from Arrow. That might have been I think that was a Hamilton Books purchase. Also from Arrow, Threshold, newer film. See, dragging a few closer. Oh, I think the star of this was in the chat earlier. Unlisted owner. Finally got that from MakeFlix, starring Mr. Bombastic and that S'mores guy. I'll be getting this signed by them. Hopefully, at the next meetup. Let's see. Just catching up on the live chat here. Okay, I don't think I missed any of your comments. If I ever did, just ask it again. You saw we did the reviews on these. This came in a little bit later, but August Underground's Penance, the last one. You can go see our thoughts on these lovely romantic comedies. Chewy likes the clear Blu-ray cases. Yeah, I don't mind. It doesn't bother me, I'll say. From Dustin Wade Mills, also from MakeFlix, Ouija Blood Ritual. You never know what you get with Dustin Wade films, with Dustin Wade Mills. In terms of tone, I mean, everything he does is a little bit different. Some of his stuff I love, some of it not so much. It just depends. But yeah, From Agfa, we got the Black Crystal. As we were talking about earlier in the show, SOV right now, very well represented on Blu-ray. This is also German underground. Fuck the Devil and Fuck the Devil 2. I believe the director of this one was like very, very young. Very, very young when he directed these. And thus I can't recommend it to everybody. There's some very, let's just say some very, very special effects that you might be able to see some of there. Like obvious mannequin head level effects in that. Yeah, Riverman, I met Fred Vogel. I've probably been at more conventions than that with him, but at least I've talked to him at least a handful of times. He's a really cool guy. His wife Shelby, really nice as well. Kind of feel bad. I get a lot of shit. Also, let's see here. Brad Sykes' first film, The Pact. I know this was Virginia Beach shot film. Very surreal. Not necessarily recommended if you like the cheesier SOV films. And Hung Jury, which I believe is also another Wave production. Check out that doc. The only thing that I found with that documentary is it makes you want to hunt down all the Wave stuff, and you get over that pretty quickly when you watch some of them. There are some that are good. I mean, you know, if you're into that sort of thing, but yeah. But watch the documentary. Allegoria, very strange film, which from Spider One, brother of Rob Zombie. I like this. Definitely not for everybody, though. I think Kruger liked this one as well, if I remember right. Highly recommended. New to 4K in the last couple months. The Wailing. The Wailing is a classic. Just a wonderful, wonderful movie. Check that one out. Another classic on 4K, Tales from the Dark Side, the movie. That's another, keep referencing my bathroom today, but that's another one. I have a signed poster for Tales from the Dark Side, the movie. Met Ray Dawn Chong years back. What a nice lady. She was actually at, again, Chiller Monster Mania. It all bleeds together, but she was there with her sister who was in that Poltergeist, The Legacy TV series, which I also kind of enjoyed back in the day. You guys are going to have a lot of shit to watch, Chewy. Like to think there's somebody really obsessive that just like, I'm going to watch everything on the fucking Hatman update. Another, I believe this is a Russian film, kind of a fantasy horror film, Sleep, from Arrow Video. Another one, this one was Hamilton Books, I believe. There are some Arrow titles on there. They're not like necessarily brand new, but another replacement disc. Man, that gets fucking annoying. Yeah, I have to check. I haven't watched the new 4K, but I have seen The Wailing a couple times. Great movie. I highly recommend that to anybody. A must if you're a fan of Asian films. The Bloodhound from Arrow. This one gets a lot of mixed reviews. And from the director of Dream Scenario, Sick of Myself from Vinegar Syndrome. This one's more of a dark comedy, although some put it into the horror genre. And yeah. There you go. I think this one might be getting a little bit low on stock too, so might be one to keep your eyes on. Let's see. I like to think so. I like to think there's some groupies out there that that watch it all. All right, another one. I think MBD, vampire flick, Kicking Blood. I think so. Actually, this God was this Dollar General too? Oh no, I don't see any market. Yeah, Kicking Blood. XYZ Films put this one out. Another cheap pickup reunion with Julia Ormond, who was just recently on Walking Dead World Beyond. She had a major role on that one. Oh, great film from the Jack Ketchum novel, The Lost. Um, in fact, actually, Jack Ketchum has, well, it's an old commentary because, of course, he passed away. But I do recommend the commentary track moderated by Monica O'Rourke. She's a extreme horror writer. I love this movie. I miss Jack Ketchum. Another really cool guy. If you met him at a convention back in the day, probably at the bar, talked to him a bunch of times. Didn't know him, but he was just really cool. Actually, he was really, I think he was good friends with 42nd Street Pete, if I remember correctly back in the day. One that I think a lot of you saw and loved, Sisu. Love this movie. What a kick-ass film. I got to see that with Todd and Ozzy. I saw this with Ozzy in California. Yeah, Girl Next Door is great. That is a novel. It's a little high for me to grab. Well, I can grab it. Let's see. Yeah, traumatized an entire generation of readers, and that's based on like true shit too. Ooh, rough shit, very rough shit. We mentioned Lucky McKee earlier in the chat. He actually co-wrote with Lucky McKee towards the end of his life, and they did some good stuff. They did I Am Not Sam. Might be the hardcover's out of print. Sometimes you can get it if you look for not super expensive. I know Lauren's also a big fan of that and a big fan of Jack Ketchum in general. So dive into it if you haven't read Jack Ketchum before. Yeah, Charles Schmid. Yeah, I couldn't remember the actual serial killer's name. We got next. Well, everybody's Gahey for Fahey, and he actually plays Scout Taylor Compton's dad in this one, The Long Night. We reviewed it a while back. That's why I'm going through some of these a little faster. The Cellar with Elijah Cuthbert. Traumatizing to see her playing a mom at this point, but she's older than me. It makes sense. We reviewed that one. If I recall, I think Chris, maybe this is another one you were a fan of. I think might have been talking to somebody else. I don't know. Pair of classic 4Ks that I picked up. The Maltese Faction. Thinking wrestling. The Maltese Falcon. Grab that. And on 4K, Casablanca. I should have just followed some of the smut with that, but I can be classy too. I love my film noir. Elisha Cuthbert still looks great. It's just strange, you know. Like I still think Girl Next Door The other Girl Next Door, a lot less dark than Jack Ketchum's Girl Next Door. Gay he for Faye, he forever. One day Todd will make the shirt. Yeah, Girl Next Door, again, the Cuthbert one is a fun movie. I was always a big fan of that. All right. Organizing some stuff here. Saw this one years ago, and I remember liking it, from the director of Ghost World, Art School Confidential. This either Hamilton Books or MVD. Grab the Blu-ray of that. Some war-themed World War. This one was World War I, actually. Trench 11. I loved war-themed horror movies. Let's see. This is, I think, on Shudder right now. Broadcast Signal Intrusion. I don't know if it was an actual Shudder original, but it's been... No, because it's Dark Sky. But I think it is up there right now if anybody wants to watch it. Thought I had all of these old Redemption titles. Actually, I think this might be a newer release, though, from Kino. Burke and Hare. Simon Pegg did a version of the Burke and Hare story like 10, 15 years ago. Which Girl Next Door, Chris? You should watch Jack Ketchum's Girl Next Door and then close with the other Girl Next Door. So you'll kind of feel like humanity needs to just be wiped out by a fucking comet, but then you'll be uplifted and laugh at the other Girl Next Door. But do not get your Girl Next Doors mixed up. What up, Jamie? How are you doing? Good to see you. I've already showed off a lot of movies, but still got some to go. Grab this, just a cheap one. Internal Affairs. Haven't watched this movie in a while. This one's funny because it's a good movie. I remember liking it a lot, but Richard Gere and Andy Garcia hated each other's fucking guts. And there were a lot of stories from the set of this one. Richard Gere had a bit of a reputation for a while because Sylvester Stallone hated him too. And there's those rumors that Stallone was the one that caused the gerbil up the ass rumors, although I'm going to still believe that absolutely happened. And it wasn't just a malicious rumor started by Sly. Let's see. Yep, it is Bog Zombie. Good to hear, Jamie. Good to hear. What do we have next? We reviewed this one from our good friends at Gator Blade Films, Swamp Woman. You can go check out our review. Always deliver on the skin in these. It was funny. Bob Glazier, I think Todd or maybe Kruger, shared a post that everybody's favorite pervert, Bob Glazier from the Gator Blade Films movies, was at the Royal Rumble. So was Johnny Fairplay, which I thought was hilarious because he was mugging for the camera behind Booker T during the kickoff. Whatever Sly says, it's 100% true. So stop shoving gerbils up your ass, Richard Gere. It's not cool. From the director Buddy Giovinazzo of Combat Shock fame, The Unscarred, another one from a stacked Severin package. This one was newer than I thought. It's actually a 2000 film. I thought it was more mid-90s. And cheap Asylum pickup, Alien Origin. This is actually a found footage alien flick. I don't remember a lot about it. It's an older one from them. One of their early Blu-rays, I think. Jamie going to Universal in a couple of weeks. Awesome, awesome. Yeah, beautiful weather here. I'm looking forward to getting to California again. We might do Horror Nights. I definitely want to do Knott's Scary Farm though. So I think yeah, I think we're gonna be doing a lot more towards the end of the year. I'm making it a bigger vacation. I want to do some haunts. I didn't get to do really any haunts this year. Let's see. Next up, we got an airplane heist movie. I watched this with my mom. It's a decent little movie. 97 minutes. There's some twists and turns in this one. What's going on with that Alec Baldwin lawsuit? I think he's up for, is it manslaughter or second degree manslaughter? I think. I haven't heard an update on that in a little while. I don't think anything's going to happen to him as far as jail time, but I haven't really heard anything new. Grab this to finish off Jurassic Park, the franchise, Dominion. Were there any fans of Dominion? I think Lauren's a fan of that one too. Is that Baldwin pre-Rust? It's hard to tell with a lot of these B movies. I mean I think that came out not too long ago, so it might actually be post-Rust. Baldwin needs that convention money along with Spacey. Yeah, did you follow that? Mad Monster Party's getting ripped a new asshole over booking Kevin Spacey. Wow. Holy shit. It's strange because it would seem the trouble that came along with booking Kevin Spacey, who in fairness was not convicted of anything, but it would seem the drama that would come with booking him wouldn't have been worth it. But they had to know. I mean, there's no way that you didn't know. So I don't know. That's interesting. There's a lot of people pissed off about that right now. Jamie, I'm not the biggest Harry Potter guy, but I will say the Harry Potter world at Universal is awesome. Really immersive. Even a non-fan like me had a blast there. So you're in for a treat if you haven't done it before. Let's see. Very cool. Yeah, Indy, he's not happy about the Kevin Spacey thing. I wish he would do. I don't know him well or anything, but I used to see him all the time at Chiller way back in the day, and then Monster Mania. He's a really good author and a cool guy. I wish he'd do more longer like live podcasts. I know he used to, but yeah, he's not happy about Spacey to say the least. I don't think anybody really is, except Pugs, but Pugs has some unique takes on things, as you all know. Classic Giallo perfume of the Lady in Black. There was an earlier release of this, I believe, that I neglect. Or actually, this might be the earlier release. I take that back. Mimsy Farmer. We've talked a lot about her on our Giallo series in the past. Oh, very cool. My younger brother was a big Harry Potter fan. I just, I didn't dislike it. I watched the movies. I enjoyed the movies, but I wasn't a part of the fandom. But again, I will say I love those kind of immersive experiences riding the it's not called a train, but going in there and the Hogwarts Express, I think it is. Yeah, all of that was really awesome. This I saw this movie like a decade ago. It's called Womb with Ava Green and Matt Smith. What a story. I won't spoil it, but if you like controversial science fiction, And it also stars Matt Smith for you fellow Doctor Who fans out there. Uh, sci-fi romance, and yeah, I recommend you check this one out. It's not very well known, but in fact, I grabbed this because I know Olive Films it doesn't exist anymore. So a lot of their stuff's going to be going out of print. So I've been kind of trying to grab stuff that I didn't already own. And yeah, boom. Check it out if you want something really different and really unique. Let's see. Oh, cool. First time. I like Universal way more than Disney now. I think it's a really good value, and um, just more interesting. I still love the Simpsons world, Springfield. I'll miss that when it's gone. I think it's supposed to. I don't know if that's 100%. Isn't Aren't they taking Simpsons out of Universal? I know it's been there forever. Another Willem Dafoe movie, Inside. This is the one where he's like an art thief and he gets trapped inside. Uh, Anybody watch this? I'm curious to get your take on it. I saw it. I enjoyed it. Although I will say I think there was like 2 people that fell asleep in the theater for it. But anything Willem Dafoe is always worth watching. Grabbed Deadly Friend. Haven't watched this in years. From Scream Factory. We reviewed this one from Wild Eye Releasing, Caddy Hack. Really silly movie, really, but it made me laugh actually more than a few times. It's not a meme movie. I always rage against the meme movies. This at least had some real laughs, and uh, I enjoyed it. You have to be in a really goofy mood, but I did enjoy that one. Let's see. One I've been due a rewatch for a long time. A science fiction film with Jeff Daniels, Grand Tour, or I believe Grand Tour Disaster in Time from back in the day. This is a David Toohey film, who, of course, went on to direct Pitch Black. And I believe I heard from Stephen Byro. He did he might have done a Facebook Live or something. Apparently, they tried to get a hold of Jeff Daniels for an interview, and he was kind of an asshole. But I remember liking this sci-fi TV movie that I enjoyed back in the day, and another release from the Unearthed Classics line. So it's not all just extreme horror now. They're putting out some interesting cross-genre stuff. Indy's a big fan of Deadly Friend. Yeah, Wes Craven has a very mixed filmography. It's not all great, but it's not all bad either. Obviously, the highs are way up there, and the lows are pretty low. This one is an extreme horror film, Expiation. Very torture fueled stuff from Demiziano Cristofaro, who does a lot of extreme Italian horror movies. Oh, also from Unearthed, and as you can tell, more on the extreme side, La Petite Mort 2. I had the first one, figured I had to get the second. Some of the back covers with these are, let's see. Yeah, that one's okay. I don't show some of them because I have to look and make sure I'm not missing a stray titty. I have read the book Bog Zombie. I read that forever ago. It's very different. Very, very different. And that one I don't think is within reaching distance in the library, though. Indy, what'd you say about Jeff Daniels? Let's see here. All right. Another one I got from Unearthed. I haven't seen this. It's an Italian crime thriller, Sabura. This looks really, really good. Um, if you check out the it's a mafia film. If you check out the trailer online, I'm very eager to sit down and watch this one. It looks fantastic, and I've heard some great things. I believe it was called Deadly Friend as well, but I'd have to double check. Uh, no, actually, I think you're right. I think it is just Friend. I think you're right. So had to get it because I'm a big Misty Mundy fan, aka Aaron Brown, and I had to own on Blu-ray Dick Shark. How do you not? And this actually has the this has a cut of the movie that is 7 hours long. 7 hours. That's a big Dick Shark. So, what can I say? Had to. Beelzebub is a trip. That's another guy that again, I don't know him personally or anything. But I would see him at a ton of conventions. He still is. I don't go as much anymore, but yeah, he he is truly independent. One of the true independent voices that's been at it now for many years. There you go. I had the DVD. I had to get the Blu-ray. Don't think I'm getting through a 7 hour cut of it anytime soon, though. Another Film Masters release, double feature, Devil's Partner and Creature from the Haunted Sea. They've been doing such a good job. They really have. I still need to grab. There's a couple other releases that I don't have from them yet, but yeah, some of the they put out some of the classic early Corman stuff, and their masters have been really good. That is longer than the Apocalypse Now cut. Speaking of which, I was talking to Orc and Jay a while back, the last week, I believe. That Apocalypse Now 4K is out of print. I didn't realize. I mean, if I knew, I would have bought a few more because it's like ridiculously expensive now. Which I'm glad I have it because that's one of those things you sleep on. You figure you can always get it. It's at Walmart, always on sale, but it is out of print. One that Chris just watched, Slimed, Trauma film, very heavily inspired by Nickelodeon, or that era, I should say. So this one is this one's a really interesting release, and it actually comes from some. I think it was like 2 or 3 people who ironically were behind Class of Nukem High, and they started a movie club where, and I know Matt Mittler of the Mutilator was a part of it, and they sort of challenged each other to make a movie, to shoot a movie, and an improv movie in one day, and then they had a movie of the month club where they would play these films that they shot in one day, and this is that release. Was this Agfa? No, it wasn't Agfa, but it's one of the Vinegar Syndrome sub labels. You can see some of those titles there. Alien, Sex Phone, Psycho, The Thrill Kill Video Club, I Was a Teenage Bride of Christ, Dick and Jane Drop Acid and Die. A lot of fun. And yeah, one day. This is a really cool set. I'm really curious to check all these out. It was one of my more anticipated releases too. All shot in the early 90s, I think between like 90 and 93. So I am excited to dive into that. Also from the Warner Archive collection. I remember liking this. I saw this in theaters. Palmetto, kind of a modern noir with Woody Harrelson, Elizabeth Shue, and I actually forgot Gina Gershon was in it. Saw this in the theater. It just one of those movies that I remember liking a lot, but just didn't really catch on with people for whatever reason. I'm a big Elizabeth Shue guy. One of featured in one of my all-time favorite, well, actually probably my all-time favorite comedy, Hamlet 2, playing herself, which was fun. Also an upgrade to 4K Blowout with John Travolta. You all know Blowout, I assume. Going through some of those a little faster. Another 4K upgrade, Full Metal Jacket. Cliff, didn't get them on street, but of course I had to. 4K of Pulp Fiction and Reservoir Dogs. Indie Blowout is Perfect De Palma. I agree. Your favorite director. Yeah, I remember really liking Palmetto. I don't know if it'll hold up as it did in my memory because I did, I think, own the VHS. So I think I watched it maybe one other time, and I'm really eager to check it out again. Next, we reviewed this one from Nicholas Rogue, Full Body Massage. Check out our review. Always had a big crush on Mimi Rogers, and yeah, obviously love that movie. Some of the Jean-Claude Van Damme upgrades from MVD. Black Eagle on Blu-ray. Double Impact. Had to upgrade all of these. I've been dragging my feet. And Lionheart. Also from MVD. MVD is really like responsible for this update being longer than I intended.
God, that was a lot of shitty movies in a row, Dad.
Fuck you, Todd. You got a cameo just to talk fucking shit on Van Damme. So much better than all the other action stars. Was this one? I figured you might like Gun Crazy. Is that one a shit one for you?
What? I don't know if I've seen Gun Crazy. James LeGros?
Drew Barrymore, James LeGros.
Okay, yeah.
I figured you would have seen that back in the theater.
So what's our ETA, Dan? You're about to hit your 3 hours.
I'll go faster because I'm not quite almost done, but I'm getting.
Oh, that's all right. I'm gonna leave again.
You can leave again. I'm gonna try. It's gonna be over 3 hours. But
whatever. I don't have to be here, so I'm working.
That's cool, Todd. I'm trying.
No,
in fairness, you were on for about 15.
No, don't do that bullshit on me, Dan. I was there for no.
We shot the shit.
You try to blame your 3+ hour show on my 15 minutes.
We talked Argyle.
We talked for like 10 minutes, Dan. Okay. I didn't even give you shit about being like a 5-hour show tonight. So do what you want to do. I'm going back.
It's not a 5-hour show. I can guarantee that.
Okay. We'll probably be a little. Okay, so I don't even know how much you have left, but I'm going to say 4.
I think it'll be done before 4.
Did I miss all the trauma stuff? I know I heard you say Slimed.
Oh, I got 2. I don't know. I guess I gotta block it out because but I got Hunky Holocaust.
Oh yeah, that's Be Careful, which we will be reviewing soon.
Yes, and another one that I know we're gonna be reviewing also with that
in the future. No,
I'm making sure. Rose and Victor.
Okay, I thought you were doing. Yeah, I know. Didn't you get Slimed also?
I did that. I already showed. These are never in order.
No. I thought I heard that. Yeah, I know it. Oh, I know. I got random trauma stuff sitting in front of me. Is that one?
Yeah.
Bloodhook.
Bloodhook.
Nice.
We still haven't missed the Trauma 365.
We will not, goddammit. I'm prepping. I'm going to do like 3 or 4 this week. And I think tomorrow I'll do a piece of merchandise. I don't know what yet. Can you believe I have not opened up my Toxic Avenger Laserdisc yet?
Oh, I mean, do you watch it though? Like,
Oh,
are
you
you
know what?
watching?
Shit. Here, you want me to grab it real quick? I haven't even opened it.
You can grab it. You're just trying to stall so I go 4 hours.
Oh my god. That's be like, and then he had like a 45-minute break when I
I'm
show a
at
couple things, I'll grab it.
I'm at like 2.5. Expendables 4 on 4K. Not a great movie, but I had the other three. You all know Expendables. It's minus half an hour now, Todd. It's not all me. Also, Robert Davi and Rowdy Piper from Massacre Films, The Bad Pack. Like I said, we thought they were done, and they put out a bunch of new stuff. If the massage, I wish I would take a massage from Mimi Rogers anytime. Chris, we can review Slimed at some point. I'll talk to Todd if that's a request. We can maybe fit that in somewhere. Let's see.
Have you guys been freely talking SmackDown spoilers?
No.
Okay, I didn't want to say anything if so I won't.
Oh, if you've already seen it, I don't know if there's any wrestling fans in the chat that'll get pissed, but chances are it's going to already be spoiled.
Oh, well, no, all I was going to say was,
yeah, I'm
every
angry.
time you tell me not watch out for spoilers, it's always the same person. I'm like, I don't give a shit. Every time it's so next time I'm just going to ask you if it's that person and not care.
Well, you do realize that was going to get spoiled if you didn't watch tonight.
No, I get it, but I wouldn't have cared if it did.
Yeah, I know you don't normally, but just giving you a heads up.
It could have been something good.
But
stale ass rock.
No. I don't know why. I just thought you were.
Yeah, what the hell, Dan? You think I'm automatically insulting you?
I thought you were going to Van Damme. You can insult me, but you don't insult JCVD.
I didn't. Our Lord what do I call it? I didn't.
Your laser disc?
No, I didn't block my address out yet, so now it is.
Ah.
Yeah. Make sure I did it before I showed it, but it was right here. Yeah. So I decided, because I have the widescreen director's cut laser disc, but I didn't get this one originally because it was the R-rated laser disc, but this is the very first Toxic Avenger laser disc.
When are we going to see this trauma history of physical media?
Well, video? I keep adding to it because now I got to get some insert shots and add this. By the time the movie, I don't know, soon.
Watch the mystery movie be that.
It's PG-13.
Yeah, but they might just throw you off. Who cares?
People who want to see a PG-13 movie.
Well, tough shit. You're seeing projectile vomit and shit. So
let's see. But no, I had to, because this normally sells for like 125, probably about the average I've seen it go for.
That high, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
But I got this for 50 shipped, and it's the cleanest copy I've seen. Still in plastic.
Christian Hannah Horror is going to be jealous of that one. I don't know if he has that.
Well, there's 3 laser discs. And no, that doesn't mean I need all 3 now.
Yeah, it does. I mean, if you want an incomplete.
Well, no. See, here's the thing. Oh, there we go. No, and I can't wait to watch it. I've never seen the American R-rated cut.
Oh, really? That surprises me.
Yeah, because I've always, had the uncut version. So, and I don't have the black media or lightning tape. So, yeah, but no, for $50, and this fucker's clean as shit in plastic still.
You gonna frame any of those? I don't know if you're at a point where you're like, if you're gonna stick with. It gets harder now to get a Laserdisc player, isn't it?
I got 2.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, I'm saying it's like it's starting.
I haven't looked. I haven't looked, but I see people in the Laserdisc group still getting them. So I don't know.
That's wild. That is wild, especially getting new ones now at this point. All right. I also got the Aussie revenge film Shame from Umbrella Pictures.
Is that U.S. Umbrella? Oh yeah,
This
that's
was
through Vinegar Syndrome.
this
Okay.
one was through. Yeah, this was through Vinegar
I
Syndrome.
forget you. That's why I forget they do both now.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to their release of Them, the French film Them.
Right.
Yeah, I'm excited. I don't know whether to wait to see what the Vinegar Syndrome one is or just get it. I don't know. Let's
I don't know.
see.
Well, I'm gonna disappear again, so you can't blame me for taking 45 extra minutes.
I'm just minus 30 at least with you.
Oh my god, you're such a fucking piece of shit. You're minus like 20, if that. I got
It's
here at
more.
45. It's like 6 minutes coming up on. Don't give me that shit.
We had a full dissection of Argyle at the beginning, and that doesn't count as update time.
Bog Zombie says his laser discs are just display pieces.
They're really good to get signed. Like
I
if yeah, I haven't done that really, but
I tend to buy mine like for movies I really like. That's the first one. Well, the last laser disc I bought since that was Taking It Off, which was obviously I bought for the quality of the transfer. So
yeah, there's still some that are worth it if you have a laser disc that a commentary was imported over or something to that effect. So yeah. Check half price books once in a while. I guess still has them.
Yeah, they
Oh,
are super easy.
yeah,
All
I
right.
never did the laser disc thing. All right, Todd, I will see you back here shortly.
I'm
That was
gonna watch.
35 minutes.
I'm gonna go warm up some tacos and watch a movie.
Yeah, I gotta eat too after this. My schedule's
Well,
shit
actually,
today.
it's still working. All right, have fun. I'll be back, guys.
Later. See you in a bit. All right. Christian's got a really impressive laserdisc collection. I never collected laserdisc. I was a VHS guy. I had a massive collection, and I mean back then, laserdisc was expensive. Got from Dark Force, I believe this was. Although this I think might have been I don't remember. Maybe I got it direct from Dark Force during their sale. Young Cycle Girls. Some more Grindhouse goodness. Also from Dark Force, Ride the Hot Wind. From Duke Kelly. I'm not looking forward to putting all this away. I was a big fan of Rocketeer as a kid, Chewy. Another Dark Force release, Kill Crazy. Good, cheesy, crazy action flick. And all right, we got that other spaghetti western set, Savage Guns. I love these. Vengeance Trails was the other one. And this set actually has the Fulci spaghetti western, For of the Apocalypse. It also has Wrath of the Wind, El Puro, and I Want Him Dead. Love these sets. They're usually fairly reasonably priced on Amazon. Let's see. Savage Guns is a great set. Dark Force's site is like always like it goes up, it goes down when they need to catch up on when Demon needs to catch up on shipping. So that's the norm. That's how it used to be with Code Red. I don't know if any of you guys used to be in the old Code Red forums where like Bill would just sometimes it would be up for not even a full 24 hours and he'd pull it down to catch up on orders. It was very frustrating. R.I.P. Bill Olson. Corey, I need to stay off YouTube. I'm shopping while watching this. Well, what have you bought? What has this update inspired you to buy? As I reach for some more piles, I think this is going to come in at under what Todd said. So, let's see here. Yeah, sorry. Hopefully, I haven't broken your wallet too much during this update. All right, we'll keep going. From Make Flicks, this is a sci-fi film, The Big Brood. Don't know much about it. Um, Looks like some pretty cool makeup effects though on this one. Kind of like a Predator knockoff, I think. You get a Mickey James figure off Dark Force too. He does sell random shit once in a while. Is he trying to hawk a Mickey James figure? If it's signed, I might be interested. I don't have as much wrestling merch as you'd expect. But I have like a dozen or so really cool things. That could actually be a video at some point. Also got Pacific Rim on 4K. Upgraded that one. I got the Peter Jackson King Kong on 4K. A lot of sale stuff. This just came in. This is an anthology horror film, Mexico Barbaro 2, which you can get the first one. I know Horror Pack put it out on Blu-ray. Unearthed just put out the follow-up. Let's see. Oh, Silver Saddle. That has an alternate title, doesn't it? Four for the Apocalypse is. I've always been partial to that one. It's been too long. I'd have to get back to you. Bought Black Shampoo on DVD. Oh, that's a wild blaxploitation movie. One of my personal favorite blaxploitation movies is Black Samson, the Rockney Tarkington flick. He should have been a bigger deal. He should have been up there with Fred the Hammer Williamson. I knew his granddaughter actually quite well. Rockney was married to Joan Blackman of Blue Hawaii fame with the Elvis film. Kind of a controversial relationship at that time in Hollywood, and heard some really cool stories. That movie though is a lot of fun. He's got like his own pet fucking like lion. It's I love that movie. Let's see. Let's see if I missed any comments. If I missed any questions, feel free to throw them out. Also from Troma, picked up The Good Exorcist, which this was part of a Robert Rodriguez show where I can't remember how much money they gave you, but you had to like make your own movie from. I didn't watch it, so I'm not really sure, but I'm pretty sure it was some sort of reality show. And this is the movie I believe the winner made, The Good Exorcist, from Troma. Sorry, I missed that one while Todd was here. Some more from Michael Winterbottom. Code 46, sort of a sci-fi drama with Tim Robbins and Samantha Morton, who I always really love her. This is an upgrade from DVD. Another Olive Films release, so like all of this stuff is basically going out of print since they no longer exist. I don't know who will pick up their other stuff, but yeah. This is a sci-fi film from Finland from the late 60s, Time of the Roses. Grabbed this through Vinegar Syndrome. Not a Vinegar Syndrome release, but partner label release. They've been putting out a lot of Polish stuff from the past. This was from Ronin, The Killing Box. This movie's it's a Civil War zombie-ish ish film. Martin Sheen's in it. It's got a really good cast. Corbin Burnson, Ray Weiss. It's been under a bunch of different titles, and I believe this might be a cut version, unfortunately. But it's the only Blu-ray out there. Ghost Brigade is the other alternate title that I was trying to think of. So you may have owned it on DVD or VHS as Ghost Brigade. Also, Wild Orchid 2, another sale. I haven't watched the second one in a long time. More familiar with the Mickey Rourke original, Carrie Otis, who supposedly were really banging during that. Chris, Rebel Without a Crew. There you go. Yeah, I never watched it, and I couldn't think of the name on Tubi. Yeah, you should check that out. That sounds like a lot of fun. Another cheap Blu-ray pickup, Portals, sci-fi anthology. A horror pack pickup, Echoes of Fear. We reviewed this, starring the lovely Jessa Flux, Satan Lives, Rise of the Illuminati Hotties. Gotta love it. This is actually a really good movie, Life Changer. Had it on DVD and got the Blu-ray. I believe also from Hamilton Books. Good movie. You can get it at like Dollar Tree. Usually it's a very cheap DVD. Ben is a fan of Portals. Also got the new Richard Elfman film, Aliens, Clowns, and Geeks. I believe the swan song for Vern Troyer, if I'm not mistaken. Last thing he worked on. French Stewart's also in this. If you're a Forbidden Zone fan, check that out. We reviewed it. Really hyper-violent, fun film, Project Wolf Hunting. Check out our review of that. Just got this one. Not in time for Christmas, unfortunately, but off of MakeFlix. A Corpse for Christmas. Has anybody watched that yet? We'll have to wait for next year. I don't think Forbidden Zone 2 is happening. I mean, that's been rumored off and on for a long time. Although I don't really see why it wouldn't. I mean, Chewy, I'm only 2 episodes in, so I don't have any strong opinions. I don't know if Jay, the Stingray, is watching us tonight. I think he's deeper. I'm one of those weird people that liked True Detective season 2. So I know some people are kind of meh on this season. I really like what I've seen so far. It's different. So we'll have to just kind of see where things go. But I'm enjoying it. Jodie Foster's great, as you would expect. Another MakeFlix title, Stink of Flesh, zombie film from the early 2000s. Got that from MakeFlix. From Full Moon, you can also check out our review. Demonic Toys, Jack Attack. I like this one. Full Moon's been on kind of a roll lately. Let's see. What are your... no, I read that. I like True Detective Season 2, and that's the last one I watched. Yeah, I'm a big True Detective fan. It's just hard to... When I get... Right now, I'm trying to get through... When I have extra time, the Oscar stuff is kind of my priority. So I'm doing American Fiction tomorrow. Then I've got Zone of Interest coming up. So if I make enough of a dent, I'll get through the rest of the episodes. from Nicholas Rowe, Cold Heaven. I think Ronin or MBD. I don't remember. Ron Perlman Hitman movie Asher. I think this had a small theatrical release during lockdown. I think Ron Perlman had a couple movies. The Big Ugly was another one. It's like random meant for VOD Ron Perlman flick that technically charted, I think, on the box office, which is kind of funny to go back and look at that time. What was number one at the box office on like 50 screens? I'm behind on Fargo, and I have no good reason. I really enjoyed that show, but I'm like 2 or 3 seasons probably behind at this point. This is a sci-fi film with Judy Greer, Aporia. If it sounds somewhat familiar, it's a time travel story, and there was a rumor that ended up not being true that this was actually a Cloverfield tie-in movie. It is not, but that was an internet rumor at one point. Also, this was referenced recently, and I decided I had to upgrade it because I didn't have it on Blu-ray yet. The Deadly Mantis, essential 50s science fiction creature feature. And all right, it's a big pile, but we're on the last pile. Got Thanksgiving on Blu-ray. Had to grab that. That is, my Walmart had it. Saw X on 4K. Running out of place to put all this. Also from MVD, The Dogs of War with Christopher Walken. Corey and myself, Orc, and a bunch of us were kind of like all doing these sales like at the same time, and it just kept escalating because none of us have any self-control. $5 to death once again. This just came in also from Massacre Video, SOV title that we reviewed on Analog Nightmares 555. Go check out our review of the film, and I'm glad I didn't show the back because there are titties. Almost slipped up on that one. David Carradine action movie, POW The Escape, from Scorpion. And I, again, got it for a good price. We got more. I was so glad to get these cheap. Small Town in Texas. These have been on my list for a very, very long time. And I didn't have to pay an arm and a leg. That's always a good thing. Waiting for the 4K of Thanksgiving. I mean, it probably will happen. I don't know if it's going to be one of those things where it's like immediate, though. It's just, you never know. Here's some straggler Terror Vision films that came in the last 2 days. I love this one. This one gets a high recommendation. Slashers. I think this is one you would like, Chris, quite a bit. Fangoria put this out initially on VHS and DVD. Some cool cover art here. And I know they sell alternate slip covers for this one. I interviewed the director, Maurice Devereaux, years ago on our old show. I think that might go back to Horror Theater Radio. And this one's a fun gem. I'm kind of curious to see a lot of people watching it for the first time now. Yeah, it is the reality show slasher, very ahead of its time. Maurice also did End of the Line, which is a really good cannibal film. He did Lady of the Lake, which was another Fangoria release back in the day. Also from Terror Vision, Hollow Gate. Wish this had come out in time for Halloween, but nonetheless, I remember liking this a lot. It's very, very cheesy. My dog's flipping out. Take care of him in a minute. He probably wants to go out, so might have some dog shit at some point in the name of physical media updates. Another TerraVision one that just came in, the Wood Chipper Massacre. Another one, if you haven't seen it, that's a lot of fun. And there's some of that old school artwork there. We will have to do this on an Analog Nightmares. Yeah, End of the Line's really good. End of the Line's very, very good. Pick up that Blu-ray as well. I'm not going to crack this open because I know a lot of people have already showed this off, but one of my favorite releases, the Vinegar Syndrome Lost Picture Show. Absolutely beautiful. All these rare films. That is what I want to see going forward more than anything else. Just give me the shit that I haven't seen. Also from Vinegar Syndrome, Fatal Games. I know a lot of people were really excited when this one was announced. They did great artwork for it too. Yeah, it's the same on the inside for that one. Check out our review of this if you haven't. Michael Keane's The Head. This movie is fucking hilarious. I love this one. And we did a solo video on it, so it's not hard to find. Wood Chipper is not technically was it? Sometimes we do SOV adjacent. I think it is. I'm pretty sure that this one was. Sometimes we do SOV adjacent on. There's some stuff like some of the Tim Ritter stuff that you kind of remember it as SOV and it's not, but kind of fits in there. Also got the Sylvia Crystal 1970s collection from Cult Epics. Finally picked that set up. The OG Emmanuel. I'm still a Laura Gemser guy. Also, I believe this sold out, didn't it? Existence 4K from David Cronenberg. Grab that. One that shockingly Todd did not see in his childhood, Daryl. Which really surprises me. Also, Vinegar Syndrome. I got a lot of Vinegar Syndrome coming. They are way behind on their shipping. The Black Room. I think I'm going to beat Todd on this prediction. Private Lessons is... I love that movie. That might have been where I first saw her too. I don't know if I saw. I think I probably did see that before Emmanuel, or I might have caught like a glimpse of Emmanuel or something on cable first. I don't know, but Private Lesson might have been my cherry buster. No pun intended for Sylvia Crystal. Also, very controversial movie. If he hollers, let him go. I think, actually, speaking of 42nd Street Pete, I think he might have done a review of this recently. I got to remember what they all are, Ben, but definitely Lost Picture Show. I loved Daryl when I was a kid, Chewy. I mean, it's hard to recommend that stuff because, like, if you don't have the nostalgia for it, I don't know how it'll play. Chris, I'm sure you're a Daryl fan if you're still watching. I mean, yeah, I'd recommend it, but it's also an expensive Blu-ray, so I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I hate to recommend the expensive stuff if I don't. Here's some more Cat 3 on Blu-ray, Ghost Nursing from Vinegar Syndrome. I love that we've been getting all this great Cat 3 and Cat 3 adjacent stuff. Yeah, I can probably do that. Let's It's kind of hard though, because it depends on your tastes. But I will say, even though I have a little bit more to go, the spaghetti western sets are very, very good if you're into that genre. And again, you can usually get them for around, 50, 60, which is kind of a bargain. 4 movies, lots of extras. Um, I mean, again, one of my personal favorites, that Lost Picture Show set. But that depends how you feel about rare movies. Are you going to see something that is, your new favorite on there? I don't necessarily know, but for me, yeah. Yeah, you can get Daryl very cheap on yeah. I would check first. I always hesitate now because everything's well, almost everything is expensive. So I don't want anybody buying something for like $40 and then thinking I steered them wrong. But Daryl got a lot of play when I was a kid. Also on 4K, picked up Meg 2 The Trench. This is supposed to be good. I haven't watched it yet, but it's an Aaron Eckhart movie, Rumble Through the Dark. It's actually based on a Michael Ferris Smith novel called The Fighter, and yeah, it's a cage fighter movie. It's not cheesy or anything though. It's like I think it's kind of a drama, kind of a crime thriller, maybe more than the like Kickboxer. But I've heard good things. I heard it's a gem. Also, I think this is dropped. This one might be actually closer to like 700 copies. So it probably will be going out of print soon, I believe. You can double check Vinegar Syndrome site, but the Trauma film Fortress of America, if you want it, it certainly if the next big sale, you might want to keep an eye out for this one. If you're a Trauma fan, I definitely wouldn't recommend Fortress of America to everybody. Because I was going through there. Not that I've missed much from Vinegar Syndrome, but there were a few things. This was another one, Death Promise. This one, I think maybe just the slip cover was going out of print. This is a total propaganda film, but I didn't hate it. Nefarious, very dialogue driven. Again, I don't want to give away why it's a why it's a propaganda film, because that's kind of a spoiler, but it is a kind of more Christian psychological horror thriller, I'll just say. But I love Sean Patrick Flannery, and it's a good back and forth. But it might be kind of offensive because it's heavy-handed with its messaging. I will say that, but I still like the psychological back and forth between the characters. What up, British Crumpet Man? Split Image from Kino. Haven't grabbed it yet. The Kino though is a company that everybody's, even I've said like everything's expensive now, but usually Kino doesn't overcharge. They're great cross-genre company that doesn't get brought up as much as they should. I mean, you can get everything from classic film noir to stuff like Alien Outlaw, and usually always no more than $20, even on Street Date, and you can more often than not get stuff a lot cheaper because they have like 7-8 sales a year. It's Nefarious shot in Bend City. Awesome. You'll understand when you see it, Indy. I mean, again, it is heavy-handed, but I didn't hate it. Surprisingly enough, I still think it was good. But yeah, heavy-handed with a hot button issue right now. Also, speaking of Kino, I got the 4K Underworld, Clive Barker's Underworld, I should say. So, I mean, I've talked about this before. referencing on some of our Clive Barker shows, Hellraiser shows, was not particularly fond of this film back in the day, but it still has its moments. And I'm a Clive Barker aficionado, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So had to pick it up. I still need to get Rawhead Rex on 4K. I bought the Blu-ray, and that's another one where it's like the 4K felt like it wasn't. You just don't know what's going to get that 4K, but yeah. Another one from VHS Shitfest. Vile 21. How about that cover art? That's some cool cover art. We're getting there, and I think I'm gonna beat Todd. This was super cheap. This was like $3 on Amazon, and I just grabbed it. I think it was, yeah, it's something like Beatles oriented yesterday. I heard some good things. Not really a Beatles guy, but it looked interesting and it was super cheap, so I figured I'd grab it. Fun James Woods movie, bestseller with Brian Dennehy. Grab that. Somebody recommended this one to me a while ago. Take Me Somewhere Nice. It's a drama. Keep looking for the label. Decanalog. Another Vinegar Syndrome sub-label. This one might have been going out of print. It was one of those titles they had on sale, so figured might as well grab it. Bestseller is really good, indie. James Woods made some really good movies. I'm a big fan of The Boost, which he did with Sean Young, who he dated, and then she famously stalked him. So, some crazy stories out there if you Google James Woods and Sean Young. The Pacino film Sea of Love, which I haven't watched in a while. I do like it. It's one of his lesser talked about films, but I one thing I do remember about it is Ellen Barkin looking fucking hot in that movie. Yeah, Cop is good too. I think I was talking to Orc about Cop the other day because that Blu-ray's out of print now. Oh, here's another Severin straggler. I'm a big Aussie fan of Aussie cinema, and we've talked a lot about Brian Brown lately. Stir, a prison drama. Really, I remember it being really good. Looking forward to cracking that one open. Yeah, Indy, I remember. See, it's been so long, I don't even really recall how it ended, but yeah, I want to check it out again. I don't even. God, that might have been VHS the last time I watched it. Yeah, Ellen's amazing in everything. James Woods movie Fast Walking. I've watched a lot of Steven Seagal running videos. Got a nice autographed copy of Todd's favorite of the year of 2023, Murder Size. Still need to get Triple Xmas on Blu-ray. Let's see. Finally upgraded. I heard a rumor of another release, but I got the classic Night of the Demon, not the Sasquatch flick, on Indicator Blu-ray, which is a really good release. I mean, it's extra stacked, and it's region free, by the way. If you're not, if you just have a US player. This is all-time classic horror movie, and I've had it on DVD forever, and it was long overdue to upgrade it. Also, the other Silent Night I was talking about, the recent John Woo film. God is a Bullet was still my favorite revenge film of 2023, but I still think this was good. It's not prime John Woo, but I think you'll still enjoy it. Oh, the movie. Okay. I first, my mind went to Steven Seagal and his fucked up his fucked up running there. It's been a long stream. My bad. Also, so this is an interesting series. Star Hunter. This is the new Shout Factory Blu-ray set. This had a unique Michael Parr starred in the original series. Then there was the Star Hunter. What was it called? 2300 or something. They redid all the special effects for this. 44 episodes, and they upgraded, like I said, all the effects. This is a really good release. I mean, again, I you have to be a big sci-fi fan. But it was early 2000s, I believe, and it kind of gained a cult following. Echo Bridge, I think, crammed like uh all the episodes like on various budget DVDs, and it kind of gained a little bit of a cult following, and I'm really curious to check out the upgraded special effects and additional footage. Here we go. Last Rites with Tom Berenger. Big fan of the movie he did, Someone to Watch Over Me with Mimi Rogers. Haven't watched this yet. I think Todd might have saw it in theaters. The Marsh King's Daughter. I know it's based on a popular book. It's I think it's more of a thriller. Daisy Ridley from the Star Wars, from the newer Star Wars shit, is in that one. The Apology, Shudder original. We reviewed it. Another Shudder original, Violation. We're getting there, guys. Beta test. This one's also kind of a. It's a more of a thriller, but it's an interesting movie. I think we did this one years ago. Well, not that many years. I mean, it's probably been out for a few years. Someone to Watch Over Me is very overlooked. Kind of made Mimi Rogers a star. Although she, in general, I always thought she was overlooked. All right. I'm trying to think what year this was, but Vile. Kind of an extreme horror film that came out in the wake of well, actually, I take that back. 2011. It's a little later than I thought. I was going to say post-Hostel wave. I know channel favorite Maria Olsen has a small role in that one. Yeah, Wolf of Snow Hollow. Yeah, I think he did this like right before that one. So this is a cheap one on, I think, Hamilton Books. Skeletons in the Closet, a horror anthology, an 80s throwback horror anthology. Keep it going. Another TerraVision release. Some guy who kills people. Kind of a serial killer horror, dark comedy. Keeping it going. I know Felissa Rose was in this one. Craving. It's a creature feature. And I think this one's actually a BDR, just FYI. So if you get it, wait for it to be cheap on Amazon. I got the Vestron video release of Blue Steel with Jamie Lee Curtis. I'm sure you've seen a lot of people showing that one off. One of the all-time greats, Natural Born Killers. Upgraded that one to 4K. We're getting there. Surprised I didn't have this already, quite frankly, but the complete Lady Snowblood Criterion release. One of those movies when I'm going through my library, I'm like, fuck, that's still on my to buy list, even though it's been out for years. Got the Gerard Butler movie Kandahar, I think at Second and Charles. I watched that with my mom, actually. That was a pretty solid little war thriller. What is my favorite Oliver Stone movie? You know, I'd say it's hard because he made a lot. I mean, pretty much well, not everything, but pretty much everything was great. But yeah, got to go Natural Born Killers on that one. Um, there might have been a time. Yeah, I got to go Natural Born Killers. Any Given Sunday from Ben. Got this. This is actually an Aussie comedy, although it stars Eric Roberts when he was still a movie star, the Coca-Cola kid. I like this one, actually. I'm kind of curious to sit down and watch it again. It hasn't been that long. I actually, when Not Quite Hollywood came out, I revisited, and then there was even a couple things I think in that doc that I hadn't watched at that time, and I just did nothing but watch classic Aussie films for like a couple months after that doc. Another MVD title, Monday Morning. Thriller there. We're almost done. Speaking of Fargo, the original 1996 Fargo, another 4K upgrade. For indie or British Crumpet Man, Platoon. Yeah, that's a good pick. I mean, again, it's just there's so many. Not a favorite by any means, but Salvador is underrated. Indy says JFK. The Doors is up there. The Doors is definitely up there. Talk Radio, another one actually that I mean, I wouldn't say my favorite, but it's underrated and doesn't get talked about really at all. Eric Bogosian. Yeah. I showed Fargo, didn't I? There you go. There's the back cover. Must-own 4K. Another must-own 4K. Got some classics here in this last little pile. To Live and Die in LA. I know you know most of these. Heat, of course, got the 4K of Heat. I hope Kino releases Salvador eventually. I do too. I always like that one. Ranking for Oliver Stone would be tough. The Doors would be up there. Yeah, he's really tough. He's been making the podcast rounds lately. I think he was on Bill Maher's podcast. He was on Rogan. He's been on a lot of podcasts lately. Speaking of great Aussie films, I got Walkabout on 4K. I absolutely fucking love Walkabout. I always have. Also, Nicholas Rogue. Check that one out. I love Walkabout. To Live and Die in LA is a good one, Indy. Also from Dark Force, Weekend Murders, and Whose Child Am I? Double feature. Also an alternate cut of the Tanya Roberts, Nancy Allen forced entry, not to be confused with that other one. Also from Dark Force Entertainment, if you're looking where to buy these. This was a cheap pickup. I think also maybe at Dollar General. A Night in the Woods. It's a found footage horror movie. I don't really remember a lot about it. But I know I reviewed it many years ago. Epic Pictures, Queen of Spades. Hamilton Books, I believe. Ambition, I know that was Hamilton Books. I haven't watched that one yet. I think, yeah, this is the one that Bob Shea directed, and of course Lynn Shea's in it. I haven't heard great things about it, but yeah, Walkabout is amazing. That was a day one purchase. I love that movie. This one is not good. Day of the Living Dead, zombie film. I think it has a couple alternate titles too. Also, Always Cheap, Through Dark Force, or MVD Groupie with the salad tosser herself, Taryn Manning. Check out that video that Taryn Manning put out. Wow, she's gone down a dark path. Also, Eric Roberts is in that one. Right. I'm gonna beat it, Todd. I've been collecting these Dark Force uh, drive-in double features, double nickel in between the cover, double nickels in between the cover. Sorry, that's having a tough time focusing. I actually fell behind on these. Also, classroom teasers and how to seduce a woman. You're getting there. Sex in the Office Girl and Lonely Wives. We got 5 more to go. Then Todd can kiss my ass because I got it under 4 hours. I like this one. Keep forgetting how to say the name. Lila. Make sure this is clean because it's a black exploitation flick with some hardcore in it. Lila, kind of rare actually at that time. Yeah, no, it's a clean back cover, so we're okay. That's usually wait for the Dark Force sale. Some classic Joe Sarno with Moonlighting Wives. An adult double feature from featuring Jamie Gillis, of course, Zebedee Colt, who I've referenced a lot in the past. I think we're okay. Sharon and Terry's Revenge. And we're on the final 2. Weird movie. I kind of like it. Nothing But Trouble with Chevy Chase and Dan Aykroyd. John Candy, Demi Moore. Great cast. Kind of one of those movies everybody I feel hated. Also featuring Tupac. Nobody liked when it came out, and it did develop that cult following. Good double feature with Freaked. And the last one from Make Flicks, the Bone Jack and Teen Ape Dirty Dozen. This has a bunch of Tempe films. It's also nice little set autographed there. Mulva, Zombie Ass Kicker, Filthy McNastiest, and what else do they have on here? Carnage for the Destroyer. It has all the Filthy McNasty movies and Taint Light as well. So that one closes it, and I do believe even with Todd, I'm going to actually say, okay, so it says 3 hours 38 minutes. I'm going to say I am just at just under 3 hours minus Todd talk. So let me text Todd. I want some fucking hot dogs too. I am hungry. I had a very late lunch, and it kind of fucked up my cycle for the day. So I am having a late night dinner. All right. All right. As we wait for Todd, though. So what if I missed any of your messages? Like, what have you picked up lately? What are you looking forward to picking up in 2024? Let's see. Yeah, Dan Aykroyd is quite fond of it too. uh, I've talked about it before, but I kind of have a I'm not related to him, but I have a family connection to Dan Aykroyd. And for years, I thought there was an off chance that I could possibly pull a miracle and get him to come on our podcast. Uh, it's never happened, but you never know.
I'm back.
You're back. So minus the Tide time.
3 hours and 25
a
minutes.
little bit under 3 hours.
No, you did not, Dan. I was not on this program 40 minutes.
Okay, well, you were there like 30. Maybe I'm just over.
I was on no more than 20 minutes. I'm going to say I was right about 17.
What was the last Hatman? I think this was a little bit less than the last Hatman.
No, it's longer. You've been doing them shorter.
Okay.
I purposely didn't say anything to see how long you went this time.
It was longer because of the sales. There was
and you try to blame it on me. I'm normally on more than I was today at the beginning and at least one other time. So
they got to hang out with me for 3 hours 41 minutes. So there you go. Yeah, the British Crumpet Man. I do. It's. I guess I didn't. Did I have anything from them on this update? Maybe not. But I do. That Masters of the Universe. Oh, yeah. Tank Girl, I'm kind of pot committed. I love Lori Petty, and I have a Todd.
Isn't the Screen Factory one worth money though? At least now.
It probably is. Is it out of print? I guess it might be.
It's an MGM title. Most of the MGMs they just let lapse.
Oh yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, I love Tank Girl. I love Tank Girl. That's something I'm surprised they haven't tried to reboot. Although I know that movie wasn't successful in the theaters, but it did become a cult favorite. But I am fucking starving.
Go eat your hot dogs.
So on that note, we will be. When are we back here next? I don't even know.
Sunday, maybe.
Okay, maybe. Yeah,
we're recording Sunday, but we might do a Vinegar Syndrome opening. Blah blah blah.
Okay, well, you'll see us in a couple days. I can't wait for those Ilsa Blu-rays, Indy.
Yeah, is there a date on those?
No, that's definitely as far as most anticipated. I'm super stoked for
Barbed Wire 4K. I'm down. Honestly, we still need a unrated Barbed Wire also.
Yeah, because it's destroyed, right? What was that story? The elements or something are gone.
I don't remember it specifically with that one. I think I did research because I was putting together the
yeah.
I can't remember exactly now, but something was weird.
I meant to apologize because Patreon was cut short on that last video, but I'm sure you all knew why if you were watching. So.
And I knew better. You saw me be apprehensive about committing to it on this live show.
I thought I wasn't sure what he was going to show. I thought it was like unofficial, and then I was like, "Oh fuck, okay." I thought
I knew what they were. The fact that they weren't on YouTube should have. Yeah. Oh well. We have a channel for that shit.
You live, you learn.
Yeah.
No. Oh, maybe we'll get a commentary in Indy. Who knows?
Well, I don't know when your holiday is, but we got Valentine's coming up, so we could watch. Everyone else is already going to do fucking Valentine and My Bloody Valentine. So,
yeah, I was going to say maybe we can find something. Well, it doesn't have to be Valentine themed. It could be.
No, I was just saying. I mean, honestly, we could fucking watch along with Joe Bob next week. We always say we do it, then we never end up doing it.
Well, let's just say we're doing it. That's fine.
We do it all the time, then we don't do it.
Yeah, we don't just because it's just we're always doing something else. But maybe Friday, that's a good one.
We'll try that. If we can make it happen, we'll do it next Friday if everyone's free or whoever's free.
Yeah, I think the only reason we don't is because it just seems like everybody does it, sort of deal. But we're the best. God damn it.
Yeah. Yeah. Next Friday's Joe Bob is the Valentine special. Yeah, Joe
Yes,
Bob.
yes.
Yeah, well, so if you want us to do it, we'll do it. We will be quiet when Joe Bob talks, so we'll be good.
Maybe we'll do the best of Vince McMahon Squared Circle Society show. I can't even do the voice because my voice is legitimately going away. All right, gentlemen. On that note, patreon.com/fleshwoundfeatures. Join the free Discord, as I always say. If you haven't gotten your fix of our nonsense, it's a lot of food. I would say there's more food posts maybe in Discord than horror.
I saw Burger King has a new Whopper, a maple bacon
Yeah.
Whopper.
Yes. Let our Discord be the reason for your diabetes, because it'll get you there. It'll get you there. But yeah, very proud of the Discord. Lots of cool people in the Discord. And you could be one too. So on that note, goodbye, good night. Hope you enjoyed this just under 3-hour Hatman update.
Just under 4 hour, Dan.
Yeah.
All right. Good evening. Anything else? Okay, just gonna wave.
Come again. Hard.